Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Just getting settled in here. Trying to figure out my right position. How's it going this morning? It's December 16th, 2021. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to the morning show. We're watching closely how the market is reacting with this continued movement from yesterday after the Fed had their had meetings their meetings and we had the chairman of the Fed do his press conferences. The follow through continues. It's not to the sky, but it's also not too shabby, I guess. The Dow is up 215 points at the moment. It looks like it was just a bit higher earlier. The Dow right now is at 36,032 indicated, and it had been up to 36,082. So it's 270 points at one point. S&P is up 29. Nasdaq is up 79. All three markets are higher, but they're not dramatically higher. Nasdaq is up a half a percentage point. S&P and the Dow are up 0.62%. And as I alluded to yesterday, at the end of the show yesterday, and also last night on our members only prime time with Uncle Bruce show, 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday night. I talked to you guys last night about you got to watch the follow through of the market in the first hour of the day today, maybe the first 2 hours. This is going to tell us a lot about what the market thinks about this whole thing, and whether it's kind of is it going to turn into, is the market going to turn into let's say, let me rephrase that. Is the mood of the market going to turn into, let's sell on the news now that we got the news? We got the word yesterday. The market is saying, great. The Fed is announcing that they're probably going to raise interest rates 3 times next year. Okay. We've been waiting for this. We knew it was coming. We expected it. We were kind of telling the Fed, you could go ahead and do this, and we wouldn't really mind too much. And so the Fed went ahead and is announced tightening of their taper program, and they're tapering their, however they want to say it, and they're now talking about 3 interest rate increases. So the market got what they wanted. Now what? Back to reality. Well, what's the reality? Oh, well, we have a couple of problems here. The changing of the interest rate policy isn't fixing a problem. The changing of the interest rate policy is a result of the problem. that's really what it is. In the old days, way back when lots of you were just little children frolicking around and having a wonderful time with your lives and not having to worry about anything. Guys like me who were in our 30s, back in the 80s and 90s, when we were in our late 20s and 30s, we had inflation all the time, and had inflation since the early 70s. I mean, we had been dealing with this thing for 15 years, almost 18 years. Inflation isn't an overnight, oh yeah, it's just a 1 month number and it'll go back to normal. No, it doesn't. That's not generally that's not how it works. And I get it. I understand. The Federal Reserve of the United States wants to nip this inflation thing in the bud. And if you're going to nip it anywhere, you nip it in the USA. The good old USA is where you nip inflation, because if America goes into an inflation mode, it spreads globally and it really digs into economies and it becomes normal. People become used to inflation. I tell you, I remember being used to inflation, but I can tell you the problem with being used to inflation is that you're used to the fact that every month or 2 or 3, you would be paying bills, expecting your electric bill to be, so much a month, and then it's a little more. You're expecting groceries to cost around $20, and they're $21.20. And you're expecting to go to see the movie, and the ticket, in those days used to be 4, and now it's 4.25. And the popcorn at the movie theater used to be 3.50, now it's 3.75, and you're just being nickel, dime, and quartered to death every month, every second month, every third month. Something went up again, 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 again. And your paychecks don't go up that fast. Your paychecks get negotiated kind of once a year, once every 2 years, once sometimes every 3 or 4 years, depending on if you're in part of a union type of an organization. You sign a 3-year working agreement with your employer. You don't get, you might get pay increases of 2, 3, 4, 5%. In the old days, it used to be 7, 8, 9% a year, but inflation went up 12, 14, and 16. And so, yeah, I got more money on the hourly rate they're paying me, but after tax, which, by the way, is not indexed for inflation. The personal income tax rate back in the 70s and the 80s, the government didn't think about, what we should do? We should cut our voters a break, and we should increase the amount of money you make before the higher income tax brackets kick in. They didn't do that. They left the brackets alone. So all of a sudden, what was happening was people who were instead of making 22,000 a year, you're now making 26,000 a year. You've got a 2% higher tax rate. Wait, hold on a minute. So now there's 2% less on the top coming off to you, and you're getting hit from the bottom. You're getting it from the top, and you're getting it from the bottom. And that went on for years. And it was a beautiful scam by the governments. It was a beautiful thing for governments because it brought in all kinds of extra cash without increasing taxes. The government said, we're not increasing taxes. We're tax rates have been the same the whole time. We're not going to talk about the brackets. But yeah, after a while, though, it got to be kind of ridiculous. And sooner or later, what happened was you would have elections come up, and the new wannabes who want to take over would say, first thing we're going to do is we're going to reduce taxes. Reagan was great at this. We're going to reduce taxes. Oh, that's great, Ronnie. What are you going to do for us? Well, Ronnie decided to rejigger the rates and the scale. Well, all he did was adjust it for inflation. He didn't cut taxes. I mean, give me a break. The U.S. economy went into the biggest tailspin of all time under Ronald Reagan's first 2 years in his office. It was just a disaster. His budget director resigned. He walked out. He said, I'm out of here. I'm not going to be part of you guys. You guys are crazy. You Republicans have gone wacko. Trickle down economics, that ain't going to happen. That was already being poo-pooed in 1980, 81. Still with us today, by the way. Republicans still believe in this. Didn't work. Unemployment was 12%. Inflation was 16%. Mortgage rates were 14%. Car loans were 16%. Layoffs were everywhere. And Ronnie Reagan was the president. And America was getting cut to shreds by the international community because the international community was running its game a little more efficiently, and foreign businesses, factories in Japan, Germany, Finland, Sweden, France, Italy, they were way ahead of the Americans when it came to automation, to turn the plants into robot type units, reduce headcount at factories to produce merchandise, way ahead of the curve. And Reagan was thinking, the 50s are the good old days. Let's go back to the 50s when we could build a DeSoto with 17,000 workers at the plant, and we could build a Pontiac Tempest, build the big, fat, gigantic Grand Prix with the 350 V8s. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Meantime, there's pollution going up everywhere. LA was suffering its worst pollution ever in the 80s. And Reagan just wanted to keep it going. Let's keep it going. Just, industrialize this country. This is great. Just like the 50s. I'm Eisenhower. Just like after the war. This is great. Didn't work. Factories left the United States in droves. Jobs just disappeared. Gone. And entire cities, towns, communities in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, you name them all the Northeast, all the states Northeast with all kinds of factories, disappeared off the face of the earth in every industry imaginable because American workers were too inefficient, using old equipment, producing product too high in labor cost. Inflation was ravaging the business. People couldn't get credit. Housing prices were stagnant and mortgage rates were unattainable. Banks were turning people away for renewals. It just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And this had begun, in the 70s and went through into the 80s and it was not defeated until well into the 90s. It took George Bush, the old man, he fixed it. He had to do what he didn't want to do. He had to raise taxes. No new taxes. Well, he had to do it. But he did it. And then when Clinton was in power, America had its first deficit in 40 years or 30 years, since the 60s, something like that. It was incredible, since 1960 something. And it ran a deficit for about 4 years. The last 4 years of Clinton's term were credits. America took in more tax money than it spent. Amazing. George Bush Jr., though, fixed it. He brought it all back to normal. As soon as that Republican showed up, the first thing he did was put in a massive tax cut, just like Reagan did. Put in a big fat tax cut, and immediately, within 3 months, America went into deficit, and it's been there ever since. And it is now so deep, America can't get out right now, and that's the reality. Now, to be fair to George, he didn't have a pandemic. I'll give him that. He did have jet planes fly into skyscrapers when he was president. Unfortunately, that kind of screwed things up for him. But he didn't have a pandemic. But unfortunately, the world changed so much after that day, September 11th. It will never go back to the way it was. And we now have a system out there where government doesn't trust people. People don't trust government. People don't trust people. Governments don't trust governments. And it's all like, oh, what do you mean? What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you mean by that? What did you say? Oh, no. Oh, no. And we're in a divided world. And so here we are, moving forward at the speed of light into a wonderful future. What can I say? Bottom line, though, I think it's going to be all right. Because I got to tell you, it's been worse. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, but it's true. It's been worse. We don't have problems like go to your local grocery store and there's a bunch of empty shelves. We don't have those problems. Go to your Target store and find everything sold out. We don't have that problem. Go to Costco, can't find what you want. Nope, don't have that problem. We don't also have other problems like going to Costco. Go to a Costco store and you want to buy something and you notice there's all kinds of stuff on sale all the time. Costco still has price discounts on all kinds of goods because manufacturers work with Costco to cut deals. They're overstocked on whatever product they have. They make a deal with Costco. Let's do a $3 discount at the cash register, and that'll come off the price from us to Costco. Costco doesn't lose margin at all. Costco keeps margin. The margin is suffered by the manufacturer, but the manufacturer gets a big fat favor out of Costco because Costco moves the product to the front of the aisle, right at the front door when you walk in, or on the end of every aisle, and you see these rebate specials right in front of your eyes. And there's like 100 of them every day. You walk into Costco, there's always a rebate on something, and it's instantaneous. You don't have to mail it in to get it. You don't have to fill anything out. You just go to the cash register. They take the $3 off, and you save instantly. And the manufacturer lowers inventory quickly right now, and that's what the manufacturer wants because they're overstocked. There are times where it is profitable, very smart business move for manufacturers to cut prices temporarily to lessen the inventory load because you're just overstocked. And so you do these clear outs, and it's a loss leader for a while, but your bottom line is that you get your capital back that you used to make this product. And for a month, you blow the stuff out, get rid of it. And then you get your capital back in your house. And you can now, move forward with your next year's version of product and go forward. It's Business 101. This morning, the Bank of England announced an increase in interest rates, 15/100ths of a basis point. So for you and I, if we got an email from our bank saying, "Hey, listen, tough times, high inflation. We're trying to calm down the economy, we have to raise your loan by 15/100ths of a basis point." You and I'd be going, "Yeah, that's great. You got to lock in this loan for 15/100ths of a point higher for a year. I can handle that. That's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem." The markets were higher as soon as the Bank of England announced this news. They went up because again they're going. Finally, the Bank of England is getting it. These guys are just not paying attention to inflation and other factors. But I'm not calling for higher rates. I'm not hoping we have higher rates. I just am accepting the fact that it is entirely likely we will get higher interest rates. Now, how do dictators operate in this time in this kind of environment? They're like George Costanza. They're the opposite. So our friend over in Turkey, that moron over there, Erdogan, whatever his name is, that moron today cut interest rates in Turkey. He cut his prime rate again. He made his banker cut interest rates. And he doubled the minimum wage, guaranteed double minimum wage for all people in Turkey by double. He doubled it. You think there's going to be inflation over there? There's already inflation over there. I think about 3 years ago, not even 3 years ago, you could have bought a U.S. dollar with maybe 3 Turkish lira. So 3 Turkish lira would get you a U.S. dollar about 3 years ago. Today, 15 lira to get an American dollar. And you keep lowering your interest rates, watch it go to 25 and then 35, which means that for Turks, people who are in Turkey, and those who voted for this guy and who didn't vote for this guy, every one of them, if you make, you make, I don't know how many lira a month, but whatever you're making, everything coming into your country has just gone up 500% in the last 3 years. What used to cost 100 lira now is 500 lira because it's used to be 3 to 1. It's now 15 to 1. It's a 5 to 1 ratio. Bad news for Turkey. For those of you who are looking to buy lira, it's on sale. But who wants to buy a Turkish lira? What are you going to do with a Turkish lira in Boston, Massachusetts, or in Berlin, Germany? You're going to do nothing with that thing. It is absolutely a joke. That currency is headed for the third world. It is going to go to 100 to 1 in no time. The rest of the planet is walking out of Turkey. Turks are being forbidden to walk out. The dictator is realizing we got to make it tougher for people to get money out of here. We got to keep money around here. So it's illegal to trade crypto over there. He's done that. So what's happened? Well, in the last 2 years, excuse me, I can guarantee you that a whole bunch of people in Turkey, the middle class and the upper middle class for sure, they have taken their lira and they've walked into jewelry bazaars and diamond sellers and gold sellers and silver coin dealers, and they have purchased items that are cashable anywhere in the world for dollars. And they have locked in their lira into something other than lira. They're getting out of the lira as fast as they can. So if you buy and of course on the black market you buy American dollars. So you buy American dollars on the black market 3 years ago, and that is now 5 times more valuable than what you paid for it in 3 years. Good return on investment? Yes and no, because the American dollar just buys a dollar's worth of stuff. The lira doesn't. The lira buys 15 cents worth of stuff. So there's the difference. So you're not richer in the term of globally richer. You're just trying to stay at the same level you were at internationally 3 years ago by having done that. But as of now, you get all these liras and you get a doubling of your minimum wage. Oh, great. How many minimum wage employees from fast food restaurants or any other minimum wage jobs they have over there are going to be able to buy American dollars and retire in America? None. A minimum wage worker in America can't leave America and go anywhere. They're broke. And same thing over in Turkey. This doubling is a farce, and it is a desperate act of a man who's trying to convince his countrymen that he's the right answer for these guys. This guy's a disaster. Alexander, a little known fact about GWB. He read a book on Spanish flu while governor of Texas and feared a flu pandemic, started preps as POTUS got derailed by 9/11 attacks, and NIH saying pandemic was unlikely. Interesting stuff. Anyway, Turkey is a mess. And the good news is Turkey is not Germany. Germany is not run by a dictator who's ignoring all conventional finance. Turkey is a bit player in Europe's economy. It's a bit player. Turkish Airlines have the cheapest airfares between the US and Istanbul, and points out So a lot of people are flying Turkish Airlines because the flights are really cheap. Because again, there a lot of those folks are unfortunately paid in lira. Although I suspect that flight crews have been taking lira out of that country and converting it at the airport into any currency, euros, US dollars, every time they leave that country between flights when they have to go through the next flight. It's bad, and it's going to get a lot worse. But if it spreads out, and I don't think it will from Turkey, I think that Turkey is going into a full blown recession, if not a depression. That will affect some of the countries around it because, of course, Turkey has traditionally been a buyer of goods. But if Turkish liras are not acceptable for payment by other countries, which is quickly becoming the case, Turkey will have to get foreign reserves. And the only way it can get foreign reserves is to print more lira. And foreign countries, foreign bankers just don't want it. So it's going to get to the point where the lira is like the Venezuelan, what is that called? The Real. I forget what the Venezuelan thing is called. It's not a dollar, is it? The Bolar? Is it the Bolar? Something like that. Unwelcome anywhere. No one wants it. Worthless piece of paper. So I shudder to think how bad it is for Turks. The middle class, upper middle class Turks are getting decimated. So there'll be two versions of Turkish nationals: very well to do and destitute. The middle class will be wiped out, and they will lose everything. It is going to be a bloodbath over there. Lowering interest rates with a dictator. Way to go, buddy. Way to go, Mr. Erdogan. You're the man. Bolivar. Thank you, Jake. It's the Bolivar. Exactly. Yeah. There. If you ain't the Egyptian pound, you ain't real money, Bruce. Oh, anyway, there you have it. Okay, so that's the latest from overseas. Turkey in trouble. The Bank of England raising rates. Domestically in the U.S., an indication of higher rates coming next year, 3 of them. Don't be surprised if the rates are like they go up by a quarter of a point. 3 quarter point increases will probably be the plan, so that the U.S. interest rates a year from now will be 0.75%, 1%. The 10-year Treasury, though, is trading at 1.45 to 1.5 now. So it's already ahead of what the official rate should be. Of course, that's a 10-year, not an instant rate. But that 10-year might go to 1.75, 2%. Again, it's a nothing burger. It's nothing to worry about. For those of us in the real world who have to, try to survive every day, those of you with paychecks, what you're getting already is you're getting raises now. If you're a minimum wager, all right. If you're a minimum wage person in the United States, 2 years ago, some of you folks were getting $8 to $10 an hour as minimum wage, depending on what state you lived in. Depending on what state you live in now, like California, you walk by a McDonald's over here, and it's a starting wage of $15 an hour. You go to Panda Express, starting wage is $17. Go to Costco, I think it's starting $17 plus benefits. If you can cook, if you can cook at Panda Express, you're up to $25 an hour. That's the low end range of wages around here. Now, the bad news for customers, which I am one, you go to Panda Express and you order the 3-item meal. They used to be $5.99. Well, they're now $9.99. They can't produce a 3-item meal anymore for $5.99 because with the wages they're paying and the cost of goods, everything's gone up. So you now pay that much. But where else can you get a Chinese meal for $10? You tell me. Go to a private Chinese restaurant for a meal and you're walking out of there at $15. I noticed about a month ago, Jen and I went to a Denny's. We just went to a Denny's, and it was a dinner time, and I know it was about 4:30 in the afternoon. And I said to Jen, "Well, why don't we go to?" We couldn't figure out what we wanted, so I said, "Why don't we just go to Denny's because they got everything, breakfast, lunch, dinner." And Jen said, "Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's go." Went to Denny's and had breakfast. She had a whatever for lunch. Got the bill with tip taxes, $40. And I'm thinking $40 to eat at Denny's. Is inflation here? Yeah. Has the cost of living gone up? Oh, yeah. Here's an example. And no other minimum wager can do that. No minimum wage person can go to Denny's for 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day or 3 meals a week. I mean, are you kidding me? $40 a shot for 2? Think about a mom and dad and three kids. Denny's is out. There is no way you're going to go to Denny's. The only way you're going to go to Denny's if you have a family is if grandma takes you and grandma pays. That's the only way that's going to happen, because at those kinds of prices, a family of five in the Denny's, you're talking $60, $65 for a meal. No, 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 no. You're going to the grocery store and you're buying the Eggos and you're buying the eggs and you're buying some bacon and some bread and milk, and you're going to make it at home. You're not going to have Denny's. No, that's not going to happen. This is the new reality. This is the new world in which we're quickly entering here. A McDonald's, or even uh, my favorite In-N-Out burger here. I marvel at the fact that Jennifer and I can eat for two for under $20. I marvel at it, although I'm shuddering at it because I know that 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it would have been under $12. Now it's like $17, $18. Amazing. There are restaurants, of course, you can go to where you, quote, don't have to leave a gratuity, versus restaurants where you are expected to leave a gratuity. And now the gratuity comes into play. People now are thinking, oh, wow, I got to add 15, 20% to this tab, depending on service and all that sort of stuff. Um, you know, a $10 meal with a $2 tip used to be a big shot. A $9 meal with a $1 tip, make it $10, used to be normal. But now, if you're paying $35 for the two of you to have dinner, or lunch, or breakfast, or whatever, you got to leave a tip on the 35. $5, $6. So this is money. This is changing the dynamics. And this is where inflation comes from, kids. This is what inflation does. It changes your perception of where you're going to spend your money, how you're going to spend your money, and how much have you really got. And if you are in the lower end, you're getting 17 an hour as a minimum wager. Great. Hey, that's a lot more money than $7 an hour 5 years ago, or $8 an hour. Sure. But after tax, how much you got left on your $17? Are you netting out $12.50? $13 maybe, depending on the state, right? Nevada has certain income taxes versus California, and so on and so on, right? Texas, Florida, you name it. New York City, oh my God. I don't know how you get by. I don't know how people get by in New York. They say that if you want to be a middle class New Yorker, you need 200,000 a year. And I believe it. I believe that with the taxes and fees and costs, you don't have a lot left by the time you've paid the rent over there and everything else. But it's all relative to where you are. And so when I talk to you about hedge fund companies, hedge funds with offices in downtown Manhattan, and they have 500 employees on a couple of floors of an entire skyscraper. These folks that work there, there are various levels of employees inside every organization. Okay, so the lowest paid people, are the ones who are making not a lot of money. Let's be honest. But inside a hedge fund, if you are a middle of the road employee in a hedge fund, you are likely a trader, or an assistant to a trader. So you're an executive assistant, and you have to make $100,000 a year to be able to afford to live and come and go to Manhattan to your job every year. You have to be. If you're being paid $60,000 a year, you have nothing left at the end of the month. Nothing. You're making 100. That's 40,000 more than the minimum, but after tax, there's maybe 20 grand left over. It's like 1,500 a month. You're not saving for a house very quick. Manhattan apartment, $1 million, $750,000. You can't buy one. You will never buy one. If you're a trader, you're writing options for a hedge fund. You're an option writer. Your base has to be 150,000 minimum just to kind of cover your nut to come in. And the firm knows it, you know it, but you and the firm know something else. Your upside is the bonuses you're going to get, and your assistants also. They're getting their 60 to 100,000 a year, and they're getting bonus money. And bonus money, it used to be a big deal that if bonus money would be half of what you made on your paycheck. So if you got paid 60,000 a year and you got a $30,000 bonus, that was a good year. Nowadays, you come in for 100,000 and get 50,000 more. It's not such a great year. It's 150, yeah, but you still can't buy a house. Traders who are getting 150 to show up are expected to earn equal their salary, 150 in bonus, to double. to 300,000 in bonuses. So they're supposed to make upwards of 450 grand. And some of you in the Midwest and other areas of this country where it's cheap to live or cheaper to live, you'll go $450,000. Whoa, that's incredible money. Yeah, sure, sounds great. But if you're expected to be in Manhattan for this for 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day, and your hours are long and hard, you can't be commuting an hour and a half each direction on top of that. You can't be expected to be in the office for 10 hours a day and then commute for 3 hours on top of that, 90 minutes each direction. Humanly, on a human, it's impossible to maintain. It will break you as a human being. You cannot handle it. You'll fall asleep on the train coming in, you'll fall asleep on the way going home, and you'll fall asleep at your desk. It's not going to work. And you're not going to be at your best when it comes to being sharp. You got to have a place to live in Manhattan. So you can walk to work or take a quick subway ride. You got to get from the house to your office in 15 minutes or less, realistically, half an hour max. Well, there are folks living in New Jersey, in Connecticut, who are coming in on various modes of transportation to get to and from. It's incredibly difficult. Anyway, there you have it. Oh, look at that! We got a moron here this morning. Look at that. We got a moron. We got a moron. Here we go. We haven't had one for a while. This might be our day where he comes around and shows up. I don't know for sure. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is attempt to at least put the channel on member only mode, folks. So I have to go to member comment only mode right away, just in case this guy is just trying to be a moron without being a member. If you want to be a moron, pay me for it. That's my attitude. All right, we got that done there. Let's hope this works. I don't know. We'll see. We got the goofball here, or a goofball. Definitely got a goofball. Anyway, there you go. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Anyway. Yeah, in New York, you better be making $500,000 a year to get anywhere. And then maybe in 5 to 10 years of that kind of money, you might have enough money for a down payment to qualify for a mortgage on a condo in New York, like an apartment. And it might be a 2-bedroom if you're lucky. But that's the reality there. You folks working from home, writing options, you're having a field day here. One, you don't have any extra overhead to do this. You're already at home as it is. You've already got internet. You've already got your electronic devices. You don't need anything else. You notice how I don't tell you need to buy all this equipment and all this other stuff to do option writing. All you need to do is watch the markets, learn how the markets react and work, gauge market reactions and how it's going and build from there. That's all you need to do. You don't need to need to invest in fancy dancy courses every month. I don't charge you $1,000 a month secrets to making money in the market and all that kind of stuff. You decide how much you want to invest in your future, into this business. You can take my lessons for $100 a piece. There's only 10 of them. Knock yourself out. The more you do, the better, more wiser you'll be, I think. But that's about it. I don't have any other get rich quick scheme formulas, and you don't have to subscribe to a $1,000 a month club or anything like that. You're just here and you're hanging out with yours truly, and we're watching the markets together. And if you're a member of the channel, you make comments here with the rest of the gang, and compare notes. And it's just a family. We're just a family here of a small channel. Admittedly, I'm a small channel in the world of humongous YouTube world, and there are market channels out there that you can watch and follow with 5,000 viewers at a time, 10,000 viewers at a time, millions of subscribers and everything else. But what I don't do is I don't tell you how to make money in everything else there is. I don't talk to you about making money in real estate or buying and selling cars or setting up your own trinket business or being an importer exporter. I don't go outside of my box. I'm in my little box here, and the box I'm in is the markets, and inside the markets it's stocks and it's options. And I leave the rest to everyone else, wherever you want to go. More power to you. Those of you who are here are quickly becoming much more educated on how the markets work, how the markets act, how the markets think, how they psychologically react to good, bad news, and different news. What markets are looking for, what markets don't want to see. You're just getting smarter regarding just how it all fits, and I'm turning you into um, portfolio managers. Mini, you're managing small portfolios compared to the big boys and girls in Wall Street. But remember, the kids in Wall Street, they're not managing their own money. They're managing other people's money. You're managing your money. And so you take your role very seriously. Those folks do too, but in the end, it's not their money. It's their boss's clients' money. And so it's a different feel. Those folks in New York and anywhere else in the world that they do this, and this is global. We're talking London, Frankfurt, Tokyo, Paris, Milan, Italy. Uh, Anywhere in the world, there's financial markets. There are portfolio managers. You guys are portfolio managers wherever you're located in the comfort of your own home, and your overheads are already locked in. So if you can make 1,000 a month on the side trading options by writing them, uh, it is likely, in my opinion, that 90% of that money is net profit to you. Whatever your taxes are is your business. It's not my business. I'm not here to tell you how to do it, how to handle it, how to report it. That's all your call, wherever it is you live, because obviously, in some of the states you're in, countries you're in, cities you're in around the world who watch me, you have your own reporting requirements and tax situations. It's all different, and it's none of my business. But if you can make just 1,000 a month, $33 a day writing options, it's a nice little extra bit of money. Now, if of course you can make multiples of that, and I know you are, a number of you are definitely doing that. If you're making 2,000, 5,000, 7,000, 12,000 a month writing options like you've never done before, you've learned this for the first time in the last 3 months watching this guy, 6 months, last 6 months or so. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the other side of the market. Welcome to the market that exists where a lot of people have been going into or have been approached by financial advisors from various firms and have been invited to deposit their hard-earned money with certain firms out there, and then those firms manage their clients' money based on risk assessments that they make with the client, and they do a questionnaire with you, and they ask you what's your risk tolerance for growth stocks, and what's your general philosophy on your taking chances on investments, and and all this kind of stuff. And they fill out these forms, and they do it online. They have you do it online yourself. It's your investment profile. They do these investment profiles. And then after you've done all that, they'll review that, likely by an artificial intelligent computer, because they're not going to talk to you personally. They're going to have some machine do it somewhere. They're going to come back with a report and say, okay, you're 44 years old, and based on your risk tolerance and your account, your career, and da 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 da, we think you should be in these kinds of investments. Now, you're now handing your money over to money managers, and the money managers at these companies will now manage your portfolio and will attempt to make money on your money. And that's the bottom line. That's how this game works. And you're going to get 80% of the take, 60% of the take, a certain percentage is yours, a certain percentage is the firm. They may have an in-house minimum fee that they'll charge you, an admin fee. It might be 2% a year, and it's charged to your account every month. And you'll get you look at your account online, and you'll notice that it'll show you, the value of your account and what it's made of, and money that came into your account, money that went out of your account. And if you have an automatic withdrawal program, if you're retired, money comes out. If you're still just adding to it every month, then nothing comes out other than the fees. And the fees are 1/12 of 2%. every month based on the value of the account every month. So if the Dow has a good month this month, the firm makes way more money this month than last month because the market's up and they get 1/12 of the 2% for that month. The next month, the market has a down month. They don't take as much in fees. So they have a bad month too. And they try to say to you, hey, we're like you. We want our funds. We want you to make lots of money because the more money you make, the more money we make. It's all good. And that's a good philosophy. But at the end of the day, they always get their 2%. And then on top of that, you have the management fees inside the management of the monies. And that's where this is the black hole you don't see. And that's where the managers that are being hired by the firm are being paid on performance. So if they perform 6.5%, 7%, a third of that might go to them, and then the rest goes to you in the house. 2% goes to the house, and then you get what's left. You're the last guy to get paid out. That's what I'm getting at. And so a lot of you out there have noticed over the years you're getting 2.5 to 3% on your money almost all the time. 2.5%. Nothing great, nothing bad, nothing like negative, but nothing great. And the markets just keep going higher and higher and higher, hitting new highs all the time. And you're not hitting new highs all. You're not rich. You're not looking at 20% gains every year. You're going, I'm up 4, 5, 6%. That's it. Hedge fund management firms approach high-end net worth individuals and manage their money for them. They charge them a 2% management fee, and they charge them a 20% of the profits. That's how this game works. So if I manage $100 million for my clients as a hedge fund manager, if I manage $100 million, $2 million comes off the top, chargeable every month, divided by 12 to handle our overheads. That's 2 million, and then the whatever we make. If we add 50 million to the account this year, 20% goes to me, 10 million bucks. 40 million goes to you, the investors. So you guys now have about 140 million bucks, or 138 million dollars versus last year's 100 million. But that's a 38% increase for those folks. That's pretty good money. You don't get that. You can't shop for that kind of deal because you don't have $10 million to start with to catch the eye of the fund manager, the hedge fund manager. So you have to be your own hedge fund manager. And so welcome to the channel where you can be your own manager of your own account, of your own portfolio. And one way to enhance your value, there's a couple ways you can do it. One, don't make mistakes. That's a big one right there. Just don't be making mistakes. So you don't sell in a panic. You don't sell when the market is going against you. You wait out the market. And the other one is get paid for the assets that you're controlling. Make your money work for you. How many times have you heard that in your lifetime growing up? Even grandpas used to tell you that. Make sure you make your money work for you, kid, when you grow older. But we don't do it. We don't do it. We get lazy, and we think it's all going to be okay, and we just have blind faith in the future. And God forbid, there are people out there who believe they're politicians, that, the politician's going to make it all better. I voted for that guy. It's going to be great. No, it's not. You got to do it yourself. And many people have figured out when they hit 55, 60, 65, towards the end of their working lives, those last 10, 15 years, it is only then that it becomes blatantly apparent in their face, a slap across the face, where they realize, oh my gosh, I have put money away for 30 years, every paycheck, blah, 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 blah. And I thought I would be able to retire. And way back when, in 1979, 83, 92, whatever year you started, they were saying to me, the employers that don't exist anymore because you've changed jobs 4 times and those people have long been taken out, retired, they're dead, they're gone, they're not alive anymore, they're old, aged out. Those people told you that by age 55, 60, you'll have enough money saved up here, you'll be able to retire. Yeah, because they were thinking at the time you needed $250,000 to $500,000 to retire. And you look at your savings account and you look at it, go, oh, it's $275,000. I should be able to retire. Yeah, well, that's 1984 numbers, 1996 numbers, not 2021 numbers. And you don't retire in 2020, 21. You retire in 6 years or 7 years or 10 years. You retire in 2030. And you are supposed to theoretically last another 20 years until 2050 on that money. So if you're going to have $275,000, $300,000 saved up by 2030, how in God's green earth is that going to carry you for 20 years at that time? Because you know what 300,000 is going to be worth in 2030? Butkus. But Denny's is $40 for breakfast for two. Hello, you're not going to Fuller's. You're not going to Denny's for breakfast. You're not even going to go to McDonald's for breakfast because it's going to be $16, $20. It's going to be half the price. You can't afford it. You don't have the money. You have to take action now. You have to take over your accounts. You cannot leave this to so-called professionals, because by the time they take all the slices off the top, what's left for you is chump change. You gotta take control now. And does that mean you radically change everything? Not necessarily. You put into place conservative investment strategies that you manage yourself with the knowledge that you can gain. And now you have, in theory, you might now have the time to do this. And that has been the big change in the last year and a half, 3/4. People now have the time to learn how to handle their own investments because you're not commuting to the office behind the wheel of a car where you used to listen to Howard Stern every morning or whatever you were listening to. You're not behind the wheel of a car listening to stupid morning jokes and banter between screaming DJs, because you're not driving to the office anymore. You're not driving home anymore, listening to the Going Home show anymore. You're now at home. And you're realizing I wake up at 6 o'clock and I can't. I used to get up at 6 to rush out of the house and get to the office. Now I'm up at 6 and I'm like, I got nothing to do. Maybe I should look at my investments. Maybe it's time to get serious and grow up and become the adult and say, I've got to look out for my future and my children's future. I got to check out where we're at here. Where are we at? What's our mortgage rate on our house? What are we paying? Do we have the right insurance on the house? What about our car insurance? Are we overpaying for that? Like you guys are analyzing your lives for the first time in decades, because you have time. You've been given this precious gift called time in the morning and in the afternoon, because your employer expects you to give them so many hours of productivity. But the beauty of the new world, being stuck at home, is you can, in theory, dictate how many hours and what hours you give your employer depending on the job you have. Some of you are chained to the clock, I get it, but others of you are not. You're only chained to the project, and the project gets done when you're ready to do it. Whole new existence. And so what are you doing? You're pulling out the insurance policies. You're pulling out your auto insurance, health insurance, life insurance. You're looking at your mortgage. You're looking at your insurance for the house. You're looking at, do we still pay $19.99 for a maintenance contract for a refrigerator that's 15 years old? Let's kill that. You're finding charges on your credit cards and going, what is this? What is that? You're changing, you're reorganizing your lives. You're getting your act together because you have the time to do it. And one of the things you're figuring out now is, I've reduced my expenses and I've cut out the fat and I've got rid of crap I don't need to have anymore. And now it's time to maybe make more money from my money. And a lot of you have equity in life insurance. You have equity in your homes. You have equity in a second property that you've been managing, or a cottage, or a condo. I don't know what. You are figuring out the priorities. You're also sitting there going, you know what? I'm 44 years old, and in 15 years I'll be 59. I'm going to be 59 because 15 years ago I was 29. 15 years ago, I was 29, and it was great. I was partying, we didn't have kids yet. We traveled all the time, and it was great. Now I'm 44, and in 15 years, I'm going to be 59, and I haven't got my act together. And I want to stop working as soon as humanly possible to have a life. I don't want to be be chained to this career thing I'm into. No, I want to be my own person. How can I do this? Or you've had a dream your whole life. I just want to be self-employed. I want to run my own business. Don't want to be working at the office anymore. I don't want to be part of the team. I don't want to be a team player. Forget that crap. I want to be the boss. I want to own this baby. I don't even want a partner. I don't want a second. I don't want a 50-50 relationship. I want to own all of it. I want the whole enchilada for myself, and let me make my own mistakes and live with them, and make my own home runs and live with them. I'm not interested in giving away 3/4 of the money that I make for firm, whatever, and only get a sliver of that. How many times have you folks seen bonus checks come to you and go, wait a minute, I made this company billions of dollars, millions of dollars, whatever whatever you did. You and the team were responsible for the company to have this incredible year, and your payout is $14,200. Thanks for coming in for the year. How many of those? How many of those have come your way? Ridiculous. Some of you out there are sitting on stocks, blocks of stocks, tons of shares in companies that are publicly traded that you've earned as an employee, and they're just sitting in an account doing absolutely nothing. The company doesn't pay dividends. The company only does buybacks. They give the bonuses to their managers, to their top echelon board of directors. They get these massive payouts and bonuses, and you get jack squat, and you're holding paper in this thing, and you're getting nothing for this stuff. I'm saying, wake up. Get your hands on that paper, get control of that paper, and start writing options on your stock, for crying out loud. Some of you folks have got 5,000 shares of whatever, 10,000 shares of whatever. You realize you have so many shares in the company that you're working for, you could quit your job and just live off of option premium and not even work for these guys anymore. You have put your time in. You've given them enough. They don't deserve any more of your time. What are they paying you for coming in? You're underpaid as it is because you haven't switched careers the last 5 years. You haven't shopped around to 5 other firms. Maybe your best bet is to quit, turn around and become a consultant for these guys at double, triple the wage. Or maybe it's just time to quit, or again, work with Uncle Bruce, learn how to write call options, and start writing call options before you quit. Learn how to do this, bring in some money, get your mistakes out of the way. You have 5,000 shares, write 10 contracts on 1,000 of them, and get used to it. Learn this. JW, welcome to the club. Maybe that's the way to do this. I want to rock, says Mr. T. Thank you for that. It's time for you to put your toe in the water and just take a temperature of what it feels like. And it's time to change everything. It's not time to change a couple of things. It's time to change everything and analyze everything. Where are you at? Where are you going? The trajectory you're on now is going to take you where? Where's this going to take you in 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years? Where are you headed? Are you about to become the leader of your family because your mother and father are aging out and they're beginning to ask you to help in all the little things that they used to do themselves? Are you becoming the lead person in your family for advice from brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and cousins and whatever? Or are you noticing that your spouse, there's health issues in the house. There's health issues in the household. You're the only healthy one. You're the one who's in charge. You're the one who's still going 100 million miles an hour. Everyone else is fading out. All your coworkers, your friends, associates, they're not as active as they used to be. You're the only one. Is there something wrong with this picture? Maybe you're working too hard. Maybe you're putting way too much energy into something you shouldn't be putting into. Maybe you should just put the energy to yourself. It's time for all that knowledge you have, all that intrigue you've learned, all that experience you've had that you've got under your belt. You have everything from a career that's just sitting in your hand, and it's time now to apply it to you. And it's time to make it. Don't make it work for your employer. Don't make it work for strangers and business partners. Make it work for you. It's your turn now. When is it your turn? When was it ever going to be your turn? By the by, there are people out there who give, and then they run out. And guess what happens to them? They get flicked away. Pew, you're out of here. We don't need you anymore because you can't give 200% anymore. We don't need you. Where's the payback to you? Who's coming to your house going, Payback time. You're the one who's carried this company for 15 years, or you've been an integral part of this organization, and now we are here to benefit you. It ain't happening. Because guess what? A lot of you folks have figured out the other big surprise out there. The firm you're working for gets taken over by another company, and they don't know who you are, and they don't care. And all of a sudden, you are a brand new employee as far as they're concerned, and you're on probation, double secret probation. And they're going to unload what they think are people that are troublemakers, that are difficult to get along with, or who don't follow the new company guidelines, or whatever the deal is. And your 30 years of experience, 15 years experience, irrelevant. Get out. Here's a check, 2 months pay, beat it. That's what you're sitting on for a legacy? I don't think so. That's not going to happen. No, you can't do that. You got to take control of your life and change everything. It's time to change everything. The world has changed forever in the last year and a half. And in a way, I kind of glad COVID happened. In a way, I am, because so many of you were in this rut, this lifetime rut. And no matter what anyone said to you, you didn't believe them. Whatever anyone on the outside was trying to give you positive advice, you went, oh, what are you talking about? I'm set with my career. I've got it. My manager tells me how great I am. Doesn't give me a check to prove it, but it tells me how great I hear how good I am. I don't have it in my bank account, but I hear it. You were given advice at the Thanksgiving dinner table, at the Christmas table, at the Easter table. You went out for a bite to eat with friends and whatever, and you heard this advice again and again and again. You have to make the world work for you. You have to take control of your life. You saw TV ads from influencers. You've seen YouTube influencers talk about that. And you didn't listen because you were busy, man. I'm busy. I'm up to here in crap. I got kids. I got a husband, or I have a wife. I have obligations. I've got bills. I don't have time for this take control of my life crap. I can barely keep up with what I'm already into, and I have to be at the office. And if the boss says stay an extra hour, I stay an extra hour. It's just that simple. I'm not in control of my life. They are. Then COVID showed up. It changed everything. It made your bosses powerless. Your bosses have become powerless. Dave Dees, thank you, buddy, for becoming a member. I love you. All of a sudden, the authority figures in your world they have no control over this virus. They can't do a dang thing about it. And you're at home, and they're now asking you, would you please keep working for us from home? They never talked to you like that before. They tried to talk to you like this, dominate you in the first 6 months of the virus. You're going to work from home, and we're going to figure this out with you, and you're going to have your quotas, and you're going to get your work done, and da 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 da. And then when we are ready, when the office reopens, we will contact you, and you will come back to cubicle number 14168 over there on the 15th floor in the back corner. You will be back there. That was the plan. That was the whole plan. Okay, you live through the virus, you live through the pandemic, and then you get your butt back here and get back to work and shut the hell up. That was the plan. The plan has changed, completely changed, because all of a sudden, there are managers in your company that are dead now. They died of the virus. There are senior executives at many, many firms that have died from the virus. There are employees and friends that you know in factories and wherever, depending on how big the organization is that you're part of. Some of you folks are part of large corporations, and you've heard the word, oh, did you hear Stan died? Did you hear Mary died? Did you hear? They died. They're not coming back, ever. And then there are those who got ill and who were under the weather and they just can't recover. There are those. And then there's you. And you're alive and well, working your tail off. You're at home now, and you've reassessed your lives, and you're changing your world completely. And I say, way to go. Keep it up. Let's make some money together. I'll do the best I can to advise you. And I hope for all of you, it really pays off handsomely, and it changes your future in a very positive way, because it's in your hands. The control is now in your hands. You are the boss. You are the one who's going to make this happen, and I am thrilled. Thank you all for being here, listening to my rant. I got to go now. I'll see you tomorrow. Bagel Babe is saying, you know what, Bruce? I'm ringing these bells here. I don't know if you're watching this, buddy, but you notice that JW is going, hello, hello. You know who I don't see? I don't see Larry Titus here. But I see Bagel Babe, and I say, Bagel Babe, thank you for filling in. I'm sure Larry's around somewhere. We love you, Larry. It's okay. You don't have to tell me the bells are opening, the markets are opening, but we know the markets are open. Welcome one, welcome all to the rant, to the show, to everything. Let's make some dough. What's going to happen today? Where are we at here? Let me follow the markets, find the markets, look at the markets, quote the markets, and let's see if anything good is happening. We are up 170 last I saw on the Dow. Let me get the refresh going here. 175 point gain on the Dow, which is nice, but it's not nice enough. I think this should be up 400 or 500 points. I don't think this is good enough. I'm just saying it's just not looking good enough to me. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this market will start like this and flip around a little bit and then take a shot. Well, you got to show me, because the S&P is only up 17 points. That's a third of 1%. NASDAQ is up 25 points. That is a nothing burger. The Dow up 174. Sounds great, looks great, but isn't great. So we might be here for just a little pop up, and then reality sets in about, well, now what's going to happen? Rocket Lab is up 12 cents. Yay. SoFi is up 3 cents. GameStop up 391 to 152.50. Matterport up $1.15, way oversold. No surprise to see this. ME 761 up a penny. Spire up 7.8 cents to 383. ATIP is up 9 cents to 338. Smart Rent up 3 cents, and Sextera down a penny. AMC's up 58 cents. Robinhood up 22. Vanek Vector's up $1. Home Depot down 243. IBM up $1.52. Couldn't gain a penny yesterday in that big rally. Finally up $1.52 to 124.63. Got the Dow right now up 162. Not even holding that 170 range. Now 174. I need to see more. Up 19, up 16 on S&P. NASDAQ up 44. Nothing yet. Microsoft down 33 cents. Apple at 180.18, up 88 cents. This is not good enough on Apple. This isn't good enough. This thing should be up another $3 right now, and it's not. We might be faltering here. Tesla up $9. Bed Bath Beyond up $4. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean up 39 cents. That's not going anywhere. 71.02. Goldman Sachs up 343 at $393 a share. Got to watch that for the next hour. Cisco 59.89, down 4 cents. Has been tickling around 60, been threatening 60 here. I think it'll go higher, but maybe not in the first hour. We'll see how this market plays out. Amazon is up $1.50. Facebook down $1.92. Google is up $20. That is the early morning look-see so far here this morning as I see it. 144 gain on the Dow. Nothing burger. S&P up 15 and NASDAQ up 38. It's a positive leaning market, but it's not a positive trading market. This is if this is real, if there were real dollars coming into this market, we would be up way more. And NASDAQ would be up 400 points. S&P would be up 60, 80. The Dow would be up maybe 350 already. It's not. So let's watch and see how it reacts this first hour. GameStop 152.29 has every reason to go higher, in that the interest rate uncertainty is gone. The negative vibe from the market is gone as a whole. The stock has backed off a long way. It should have a bounce back rally to 175, 180. Not happening at the moment. 152.23, up 364, and the volume is 120,000. That is no conviction coming in here. There's no serious desperate need to buy this stock. Now, it's thin on the sell side. I'll give you that. But that's not moving the market yet. What's going to happen here? Skole, you're right. Spire did make an announcement this morning that they have operated a U.S.-made battery in orbit for the U.S. Space Force. But you know what that announcement doesn't say? Like all announcements don't say from Spire? No dollar amounts. We have no idea what this contract is worth. We have no idea how big this contract is, how long this thing is, how long it goes for, how many of these battery systems are we talking about? Is this just a one-off prototype thing? We got nothing. We don't have enough. Spire needs to speak more clearly as to what their real upside potential is financially. I want to see dollar signs inside press releases. I don't want to hear how wonderful it is to sing Kumbaya together around the campfire. I want to know how many bucks are you guys going to make? Where's this money coming from? What's your upside? What's your financial plan? What's the plan? Ghostbusters. What's your plan? Is that your whole plan? You can't just tell me that, we signed a contract with the European Space Agency. Great. For what? Taking out the garbage? What? How much money are you going to make? I'd like to know. I'm a shareholder. I think we ought to know. I don't want to wait every 3 months to find out how much money you are not making. We deserve more. Spire, 382. It's up 6 cents. Yay. But it's not at 18 bucks a share. They're not talking with enough detail. Are they embarrassed? Are they saying quietly, well, we know this contract's only a $200,000 contract. We can't tell the market it's only a $200,000 contract. We tell them that, the stock will go down. Guess what? The stock is down. You don't have to worry about the stock going down. It's already down. Hello, you're trading at 382 a share. We're here. We're watching the quotes. Give me something. Talk to me. Come on. I deserve it. I need to know. Man, otherwise we're making stuff up. You don't tell us straight what's going on. You don't tell us in detail what's going on. We're going to make crap up. You're not going to like what we make up. We make up garbage. Give me something here. I'm waiting. 333 on ATIP up 4.5 cents. Smart Rent up 11. Cyxtera down 14 cents. Oh, Bruce is all fired up today, isn't he? He's just all fired up. He's calling him out. Oh, man. Just because you're a public company doesn't mean you don't tell us stuff. Just because you're a public company doesn't mean that you go into defense mode on everything you do. You're a public company. You are supposed to be proactively telling us what's going on. You're supposed to be getting us in on the dream of the upside. You're supposed to get us all hyped up about what you can become here. What'd you go public for? To be a secretive organization? You should have stayed as a private company. Become a subsidiary of another private company and get really private. Become a subsidiary of an offshore private company and don't tell anyone where your address is, if that's the way you want to run it. But if you're going to become a public corporation and you're going to list yourself on the New York Exchange or NASDAQ Exchange, you got to talk, man. You got to be out there. There's competition for the airspace. We have other stories we can listen to, There are companies talking to us all the time. I get approached by penny stock companies every day, every week that want to pay me money to talk about them on this channel. They want to pay me to be their promoter. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about legitimate companies that have legitimate upside, that are really good deals. And I think you guys have the upside potential, but you got to help me out here. You got to give me something to chew on, man. Come on. Up 6 cents, 382. I think we deserve more. It's just me. Rocket Lab is up 24 cents to 12.88. SoFi down 15 cents to 15.01, going the wrong direction. GameStop up 189 to 150.48. Matterport up 65 cents to 22.98. ME up 11 cents. Spire up 7. ATIP up 3.5. Smart Rent up 7. Cyxtera down 9. Apple. Where is Apple? I want to keep an eye on Apple. Apple. I went right through it, didn't I? I went right by it. There it is. 179.42, up 12 cents. Apple is not performing in a way that tells me it's going to go higher. It's telling me it's going to go lower. Why? The stock was 147 a month ago. Reached 182 last couple of days ago. Didn't hit 182 overnight this morning. Couldn't reach it. Couldn't open it at a higher level. Something tells me Apple's going to give up some ground. Look at the market. And NASDAQ is down 3.5 points. We have the S&P down 7.6 points. We have Dow down now only up 99. This is not enough of a push. This is nowhere near a push. This is, to me, a market where people are already taking profits from yesterday's run-up. Not a lot of upside here at the moment. GameStop, $150 a share, up $1.41. I think we've got some profit taking coming in and maybe some reds showing up. Might have some red showing up. Is it serious? No, but it's likely we're going to have stocks that are going to some are in favor, some are out of favor. It's a rotation going on, perhaps. Now with Apple, it could be folks are going to sell Apple at 160, 179, 178, 177, 176 because they're taking massive profits. unbelievable massive profits that they've generated in the last month and a half. And they're going to use that money to buy bargoons. That's how you do it. You sell when it's up and you buy stuff that's cheap. That could be happening with institutional traders right now. Keep in mind that anyone who holds Apple stock, of all the Apple shareholders that exist, 99.5% of them, in my guess, are all up money right now. They're all ahead of the curve. 178.46 down 84 cents. So if you're a guy like Rudy and you're sitting in Germany and you got yourself a 165 call option that you wrote, you were looking at this thing at 180, 182 earlier this week, and it was like a $17 contract, and you sold it for $350. You're asking me, what do I do, Bruce? Do I roll this over? I say no. I say wait right now for this thing to back off. You will roll it over. There will come a time because you have to do something by tomorrow. I know that. But this stock is likely going to give you a dip, and it's going to make it easier for you to do a rollover at the terms you like, not the terms the bulls like. So let's see just kind of what pullback we get. We're down 58 cents now on Microsoft, 53 on Apple. We're down 471 on Home Depot. There are cracks appearing in the big capitalization stocks. This is a sign that we don't have a universal upwave going on right now. Let me just take a look at the Dow 30. Just take a look here where we're at on these guys. Can I get this to work? Where am I? Hang on. There we go. That's what I wanted. Taking a look at the Dow 30 right now. The losers, Home Depot, number one loser, down $5. Salesforce down $3.30. United Health Group down $1. Apple is down. Microsoft, United Healthcare, Walgreens. There's only about 8 stocks down at the moment because the Dow is up 106. The biggest gainers: Amgen, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Visa, Travelers, JP Morgan. But these stocks are up between $1 and $4 each, roughly. A lot of stocks are either down 30, 40 cents or up 40, 50 cents. That's where we're at right now. It's a wishy-washy market. 105-point gain on the Dow, 36-point loss on NASDAQ, 4.6-point gain on S&P 500. So the broad market is not participating in a huge, fantastic, all is well rally. It's not happening. We are faltering on that front right now, from what I can tell you, kids. All right. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for the thumbs up so far. Thanks for hanging around. Those of you who are members, thank you. Those of you who are joining this channel, thank you. Added and had people renew their memberships today. Thank you very, very much. You're the backbone of this channel. We have 280 thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I love it. Fantastic. Lots of comments coming in about everything. Rudy has been a member now for 5 months. Uncle Bruce cracks me up. Spire signed a contract with the EU Space Agency for what? Taking up the garbage? What? What's the contract? Talk to me. Mr. T has become a member now for 9 months. Breaking news: VIX spiked 12.5% for 1 minute today at the open on the account of Larry Titus being missing in action until 9:31. Fund managers' hairlines collectively receded an inch on the average during those 65 seconds. Important news from Mr. T. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Evan says like and subscribe. Love you, Evan, for that. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Dave Dees, thank you for joining. Thank you to Mr. T for the donation. JW, thank you for joining today. Just reading these comments coming back here, trying to keep up with you guys. 293 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for that. I appreciate that. Helps the channel get found on the YouTube universe. Thank you. So there's that, says Dave. There you go. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for being here. Let's keep an eye on this market together, see what's going on. What's going on? I like this rant, Uncle Bruce. Many of us have been feeling in the dark as well. Let's see. You know what? A stink offer is waiting for Cisco at $5.95. That's right, Beach Boy. You got it. You got that offer up there. You're waiting. 60.38. I think you're going to get taken out. It's just a matter of moments. I think you're going to get taken out. 60.40 on Cisco. Hit a high of 60.48 already. Something tells me Beach Boy is going to say goodbye to some call options this morning on Cisco that he's been sitting on a long time waiting for a payoff. I think he's finally going to get it, and I couldn't be happier. For those who wait, that is the upside for those who wait. Beautiful. Let's see. Apple down 49 cents to 178.81. Microsoft up a nickel. Dow's up 141. We've got NASDAQ up 4. We have S&P up 10. As I said before, the first hour will tell us everything. Are we going to have a little pop, then a pullback, and then a run? Are we going to bring in some serious money from the outside into this market? Theoretically, we should. But what stocks, what indexes, and how fast? That is the question. And where is it going? How far will it take us? I'm here to watch. We'll see. But Apple is not leading the market. It is following the market. And that is a sign that on the first sign of a topping out on this market, Apple could lead the market lower. Just not that it's going to plummet or anything like that, but Apple, from a technical point of view, may be overbought short term. Rocket Lab is up 38 cents to 13.01. We haven't seen 13 for a while. It's nice to see a high of 13.05 already. 182,000 volume on Rocket Lab, like nothing. SoFi 15.05, down 11 cents on 4.9 million. The low 14.94. The high was 15.44 to open. Right off the get-go, we got up to 15.44. Here we are at 15.05, 15.04 right now, down 12 cents. But we are up $1 from yesterday's low at this point. GameStop 150.71 up 212. Matterport 22.60 up 27 cents. ME 787 up 27 cents. Spire 386 up 12. Come on, Spire, let's go. ATIP up 4.5 cents. Smart Rent up 26 cents. Xterra down 6. AMC's up 63 cents. Robinhood down 8. Manic down 186. Home Depot down $6. IBM up 334. 126.45. Why IBM? What woke you up? What happened overnight that you came to the party finally? Like, hello, you weren't here yesterday. What is going on over there? IBM up 144, S&P up 10, NASDAQ negative again, down 6. Microsoft now negative again, down 40. Apple is now down 78 cents to 178.52. It's backing off. Tesla down 436. Bed Bath & Beyond down 12, BlackBerry up 10, Royal Caribbean up 45, Goldman up 283 to 392.74. Cisco, it's up 54 to 60.48. Amazon down 19.99, Facebook down 110, Google down 246. That is what we've got so far on this market. Here we are, and here we go. 13.04 and Rocket Lab up 41 cents. SoFi looks like it's coming back. Still down 6 cents, however, at this moment in time. 3.90 on Spire, up 14 cents. Go, Spire, go. The Dow is up 174, near the high of the day, still only up 0.49 of a percentage point. We have S&P up 0.31%, up 14.5. We got NASDAQ now up 9.9 points, a gain of 0.08 of a percentage point, now showing 12 points higher. Oil is up 56 cents at 71.43. Oil traders should be worried. If interest rates are going higher, it's to battle inflation. If inflation is being battled, it could mean future oil requirements could be lessened. Or let's say future anticipated oil needs might not be as fulfilled as one thought. And maybe they come in at 98% of what they thought, or 96%. Just a 3-4 percentage point adjustment in oil needs and oil forecasts can drop the thing $10 a barrel at any time. So watch for that. 71.38, I kind of think it's hanging on to 71.38 rather than this is a base of 71.38. That's kind of what I have. Rudy says, I haven't rolled my 165s yet. Getting to watch today and perhaps tomorrow till lunch as well. I agree, Rudy. No need to make a move yet. Apple is not going anywhere. We're down 150 now at 177.80. So those 165s are only now 12.80 in the money instead of 17 in the money as of a few days ago. So they are backing up for you, and we'll keep an eye on that for sure. It's not to say that there's opportunities. Those of you who were written, if any of you wrote 180 Apple calls today, I say smart move. Any of you writing Apple 185 calls for the next 2 or 3 weeks, smart move. I think we've got a backup coming on Apple. I don't think we have new highs. we're not going to 200 a share. I don't see it. I just don't see that happening. 177.85 down 145. 177.74 down 156 now on Apple. Apple is backing up. All right, GameStop 149.50, still up 91 cents, but under the 150 level. SoFi again negative 14 cents. Spire holding 390, and ATIP 335, up 6.5 cents at this moment in time. Still too soon to write a covered call on GameStop. What are your thoughts? Well, GameStop covered calls, you got to be careful of a 10%, like a $10 rally, a quick rally. Haven't noticed evidence of it yet. We're back over 150 right as I speak here. Volume now is 347,000 on GameStop. For 21 minutes of trading, the first hour is where you can really do millions of shares. It's not happening, and so writing maybe 155s or 152.50s, even 150s. Those of you who dare to challenge this stock for tomorrow's expiry, you can write contracts between 150 and 155 and dare this stock to go higher on you. On the other hand, you can write contracts for next week, which would be next Thursday, the 23rd. And you could look at writing 155s or 157.50s or 160s. I'm not sure if you can get them in 250 increments to next week or not. That might be a plan. That might be the plan. Why would you sell CYXT? I have no idea. Why would anyone want to sell CYXT? It's up a penny now, 11.43. I think it looks like it wants to go higher. Smart ran up 22 to 11.66. It wants to go higher. Very interesting. Alrighty. Let's see. Robert, quick flip, $1 per share of GameStop, written covered call, bought back for $1 less per share in 10 minutes. Why not? Let's see. Yep. I mean, you can play the game where you say, you know what, I'm going to write a GameStop covered call at 152.50 for tomorrow, and if the stock backs off to 148, and I make $1.50 on my call on that call, I'm buying it back. And thank you for the $1.50. I appreciate it. That's $150 a contract. I'm writing 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Thank you. And I'm going to do this all day long. I'm going to do this. If the stock pops to 150 something, I'm writing them. They back off. I'm buying them back. They go back up. I'm writing them. They go back. I'm buying them back. And at the end of the day, you've done 4 swing trades and you've made $6 a share. Thank you very much. Making money. They're handing it to you. Why not? Let's see. Rob, if you're going to write GameStop covered calls now, unless they're out of the money, I would look to close quickly for a quick $1 or $2. But yeah, it's oversold, so I can pop 10, 20 in time. So expect to roll over. You don't close early, and that's the thing to remember. If the shares you write a 152 or 155 contract on GameStop, and it doesn't go down very much, and all of a sudden it pops up to 160. You can always buy back your call and then now write 160, 65s for tomorrow or for next week or the week after and take in a larger premium on a higher strike price and just say, keep coming. You want to keep coming? Great, because I'm long the stock or I'm long a call option deep in the money. You're making me richer by going up anyway. I don't mind going higher, but I'm writing out of the money calls. I'm going to run calls that are at or out of the money, and I'm just writing for premium only, and I just want the degradation of this thing. Let's see. Yes, JW, that is correct. Basic question. If you write a call option that's out of the money, the stock reaches that price. The worst case is that you get the premium and the shares are bought from you at that price. Yes, that is correct. That is the worst case scenario. I mean, there are people who can buy GameStop right now at 150. They can write 160 options for like a month from now. They can bring in 10, 12, whatever dollars on that contract. And they want to be exercised, because if they do get exercised to get the 160 plus the $10 premium they wrote, that's 170 for a 150 purchase. They're happy. They're making $20. That's $2,000 on 100 shares. They want to be taken out. Yeah, they want this to happen. They want the stock to do it. Now, the ultimate, of course, is you write a 160 contract and the stock does go up, but it goes up to 159.99. And then it expires. It expires worthless. You keep the premium and your stock is trading at 159.99. Now you're going to write a 170 contract for like a month, bring in another 10, 12 bucks, and dare them to come and take it from you. Stock goes to 170, you keep the 110, the $10, $12 premium, you're not getting 182. Plus, remember, you made the money on that first contract. another 10, 12 bucks. You've actually now turned it into 190, 194. A nice return from a 150 start, don't you think? Yes, there you have it. Let's see. Quick question. I can buy SoFi $5 June 15 calls for 10 bucks each, which is the price of the stock. Which should I buy, stock or options? So I can buy June 15s for 10 on SoFi. The stock's at $15. So you can buy $5 for 10. That's a 15 bucks. So yeah, look, if you can buy the stock for 15 bucks or you can buy the contract for 10. Okay, if you have $5,000, you can buy 5 of these calls if you wanted to, for example. Or you could buy about 300 shares. So you have 300 shares or so, maybe 320 shares, and or 500 shares represented by contract. More leverage, right? It would be even better if you could buy 750s at virtually book value, because then you might be able to buy double the number of stocks through the option purchase. So check out that option chain. Look at it, Bill. But you're thinking in the right direction, Bill. You are. Will Carruthers, December 23rd, Goldman Sachs, 392.50s. Is it time to roll, Uncle Bruce, or continue to be patient, young grasshopper? Will, it's a question of what kind of return do you want on your contract as well? That's another question to ask yourself. The Goldman right now is not, well, the 394.65. It's gone through your price. Okay. Yesterday, that contract was probably worth a lot less money, and you might have been wise to just close it out yesterday and take your profit and now rewrite today. But nonetheless, you're never done when you're an option writer. So you could, in theory, with a December 23rd, that's next Thursday, you could, in theory, look in the option chain and find out what will it cost you to buy your call back. Find that out. That's easily determinable. And then find out what kind of premium can you get in? What kind of money can you get in if you were to write a $395 or a $400 contract for a week or two further out? Maybe write one for December 31 or early January. Would it pay you a premium? Can you raise more cash in your hand by buying this call back and writing another call further out? That might be the strategy. You could theoretically, I mean, as simple as this, you could theoretically buy your 392.50 back and write another 392.50 for a month out or 2 weeks out. But I would recommend you go with a higher strike. You want to be ahead of the stock. You want to be out of the money. Okay. So if you can write an out of the money call, but not too far out in the future, a week or two from here, maybe 3, but bring in more cash by doing so, that's what you want to look for. But right now, you don't have to do anything until next week, Wednesday, Thursday. You can still sit tight. The stock's at 393.98 at this second in time. You're at 392.50. There is some book value here now, about $1.50. The rest is premium. And you may find that in the next day or 2 or 3, the value of your contract will drop anyway if the stock doesn't keep going, because the time value is evaporating next Thursday. It's got no time value whatsoever. So in theory, next Thursday, it will be worth only its book value if the stock is in the money, if the contract is in the money with your contract. So keep that in mind too, okay? Alrighty. Now, obviously, if you write a new call now, if you write a new call for the 31st or early January, you're going to get that time premium right now, obviously. If you wait until next Wednesday to write a December 31st contract, you're not going to get the time premium that you're getting today, right? And the name of the game here for all of you out there is, if you're going to do an option rollover like this Goldman Sachs rollover from 392.5, you want to roll into a contract that will give you a big, fat, juicy time premium payoff. So if you can write a 397.50, a 398, or a $400 contract, for example, for a week or 2 or 3 out, but it brings you a nice increase in cash to your pocket, that's number one. Number 2, it's all premium. The contract is out of the money, and that's what you want to do. Write the maximum out of the money contract, not too far out, for as much money as you can get. All right, there you are, Will. You got some work to do. Let's see. And of course, obviously, if the shares, back off, either you don't do anything and they back off to 390 today, you're out of the money again on your call. You can decide whether to buy it back or not, and wait for the stock to come back up and write a new one. If you do the rollover and then the stock goes up a little and then backs off to 391, 392, but you've written a 400, you might be buying the call back later today, tomorrow, on Monday. Yeah, there's all that as well. Of course, we're not ignoring that either. Okay. Let's see. I started small with one call of SoFi, $19 premium, laughing out loud. But if it gets exercised, I'm okay with that, and I can buy more stock at a pullback. There you go. Thanks for answering. You betcha. Let's see. And where are we at on this market right now? We're up 119 on the Dow. We're up 0.82 on the S&P. We're down 90 on the NASDAQ. We're not going anywhere. This market is just not going anywhere. Over on Cisco, we're up 24 cents. On Apple, we're down 328 now to 176. And Microsoft down 276. We are backing off. Tesla's down $18. So that Apple 165 contract, Rudy, it's only worth $11 now. It was worth 17 the other day. It's now worth barely 11, and it's falling. So this is good news for you. The lower this thing goes, the easier it's going to be to do a rollover. You might roll into 175s, 170s, 176s, 77s, depending on which series you write, what expiry. You might be able to go in dollar increments or 250 increments, shop that around and keep an eye open. But I don't want you going way out into the future. I would really like you to be writing a contract that is 1 or 2 or 3 weeks from now max, if you're going to roll it over. All right. Rocket Lab is only up 2 cents. SoFi down 45. GameStop 147.46, 147.99 down 60. Matterport up 22. ME up 7. Spire up 6.5. ATIP up 6 cents. SmartRent up 7 cents, and Cyxtera up 5 cents. The Dow up 100 points. S&P is now negative, 3.5 negative. NASDAQ down 105 at the moment. Let's go. Oil up 58 cents, okay? 148.83 on GameStop. The low of the day on GameStop, 147.14 already. The high 154.44. That's where we are right now on this market. This first 33 minutes, I guess, that we're into it, we're not being shown a buy wave across the board. We are not getting that, obviously. The question now is, are we actually going to go negative because we're selling on the news? Is this it? Is this as good as it's going to be? At least for today. I don't know. We'll see. Will, yeah, stock missed my stink bid. Will, you got greedy. You went a little too low on that stink bid. I got you. Well, my friend, Goldman can still back off here. I mean, it's at 393.73. There's no guarantee Goldman was going to have an update today. There's no guarantee at all. We've already touched 391 this morning, and we hit 396 for the high. So you can see this range. Now we're 393.73. We're not going anywhere on Goldman. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's trading at 6.49 earnings. It's too cheap. Interest rates are going to go higher. So everything is in place for Goldman to do well, but not today. It doesn't seem to be. It's up 390. I mean, it's higher. Great. And if you've got options, if you're writing poor man covered calls, your base option is rising, which is great too. So let's see. Always monitor. BW is saying, Uncle Bruce, I know someone asked this last night. However, my January 2022 calls on Cyxtera are in the money by about $1.60. Okay. Let me take a look at Cyxtera here. Where are we at here? 11:45 now. Okay, they're in the money by about $1.60. But a bit nervous it won't go up anymore by January 21st. My entry price was $188 a long time ago. What should I do? Roll or wait? I think you wait. I think you can wait. The stock has been improving a little bit here. A week ago, we were as low as 1068. about the around the November 23rd, we were at 941. We're now 1147. We're up $2 from that point to now, with no signs of letting up. Volume today, 58,000 shares, and it's going higher. There's nothing for sale. There's buyers wanting in. They're buying it up, and the higher it's going to go, like as it goes, the more buying will come on it. It will feed itself bit by bit by bit, but it's a slow motion train. It really is a slow motion train. But you know what? The stock is near its all-time highs, and it shows no signs of letting up. There's nothing coming in for sale. So, you know what? You've got these calls at $10. You have $10 calls. You're looking great. I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure. 160. Maybe you have other calls, but yeah, you're looking good. Sit tight and enjoy the ride. Okay, JW Rob, if the strike price isn't met, I just let it expire tomorrow, then the premium is kept and no more obligation to sell after that. Yeah, Karim, Uncle Bruce, TD Ameritrade bid is a 5-cent increment. So go with a 0 or a 5. I would go with 5s. Let's see. Austin. Up until about 3 weeks ago, my wife and I were looking at condos in Naples. That search has since been halted, thanks Omicron. Well, temporary anyway. GameStop is backing off. Any ideas? Stink offers for 145s till tomorrow. What do you think? GameStop right now, 149.83 is where we're at right now. The value of the contract is about $5, not quite, plus a little time premium until tomorrow. What to do? There's the question. Obviously, if it backs off here a couple of bucks, which it can easily do, you're going to get lower on that call. At the moment, it's too early for me to say. It's 38 minutes in. The volume isn't there on GameStop, I'll tell you that. 496,000 shares. It's up 111, and that's all it's up right now. Theoretically, it's oversold in a way. But in another way, there's just not a massive buy wave coming in here. We have to watch the big markets. We're down 127 on NASDAQ, down 5 on S&P. So those two are not indicating a big wave of support right at the moment. And we're up 104 on the Dow. With that, of course, represents 30 of the biggest stocks, not 500. Showing Apple and Microsoft and Home Depot down $3 or more a piece. And Salesforce, United Health are down at least $1. Boeing, Walt Disney, Walgreens, and Walmart are the other losers. The biggest winner, Amgen, and then the Goldman Sachs and Caterpillar and IBM are either up between $2 and $4 each. Everyone else, around $1 or less at this point. It's not a massive all hands on deck rally. And two of the indexes are negative or wishy-washy at this point in time. So sit tight at the moment. I would say Beach Boy, I would just sit tight and let's just, see what this market brings in as the minutes go by and the rally isn't there. Will people get impatient and begin to want to sell out because they're not seeing the run that they thought they were going to see? We have 329 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Apple now down $4.15 to $175.15. Apple continues to fall, and that is bad news for the S&P, NASDAQ, and will drag the Dow lower. So we're under pressure here. Let me double check. Yeah, Apple is the loser of the day on the Dow. It's the biggest Dow loser, Apple. Home Depot, number 2. Microsoft down is number 3. Salesforce, number 4. United Health Group, number 5, loser of the morning. Boeing is number 6. The losers are growing on the Dow. We get more losers coming in at the moment. So I don't see a massive rally. GameStop, 148.62, up only 3 cents there. You're not going to get rich today, Beach Boy. You're not getting rich on these 145s. I would be saying that if you get out flat, you're probably going to be happy. But I could be wrong. We may have a market that backs off a couple hundred points on the Dow here and 300 on the Nasdaq, and it could be that GameStop reaches 140 today, and your contracts are down to $1. So just sit tight and just let's just watch this next few minutes and half an hour or so, see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah. Sextel. I have at least 100 shares of every single SPAC you recommended. How long do I hold these shares? It's like it's tempting to sell them when the stocks go up, but I haven't sold and I held on. Yeah. Well, none of them, in my opinion, have topped out. None of them have hit their all-time highs. None of them. So I'd be sitting on them. I'm a fan of all of them, and I'm looking for higher than this, so I'd stick around. What else is going on? Rob, I'm not sure about this question of yours. I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm not sure what that means. Yep, Beach Boy, I got it. No problem, buddy. We know. Let's see. Adventures of Duncan. Stay away from here. Naples is overpriced. Don't come here, Austin. It's overpriced. I love it. Let's see. When you live in Indiana, anywhere in Florida is better. Oh man. Let's see. Bagel Babe says, Bruce, I didn't follow your advice and I wrote to SoFi calls for 1550 December expiry. So I was sweating after the hour stock price. Going to be staring at it hard tomorrow. I'll listen to you next time. Well, you're being cut a break right now. You're out of the money. So, if you can buy them cheap, you buy them and get them and just get out of there. Don't be doing that. You don't want to be writing calls on SoFi this close to SoFi. Oh, gosh, no. Under 20, no. Anyway, let's see. Rob's is saying, hey, Beach Boy, it's $4 to $5 in the money, and today's high, 154. That's $9 in the money. Probably has a negative 2.5 Thea, and I'd probably put a stink offer in like 7 to 9 if it takes a run up as high as at the end of the day. Let's see. Thanks, Uncle B says, Will, you got it. Let's see. I'm ready to get out of here at 128. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Nick says, Uncle Bruce, I have a profit of $6,000 on 2,000 Apple that I shorted. Should I cover it or should I wait? What are your thoughts? Let's take a look here now. 175.66 down 347 on the stock. We've got the low of 174.88. We've come back about $1, and the Dow is down, is up 140, but not going anywhere. S&P is broke even at the moment. Nasdaq's still down 117. I'm getting the impression that we're going up one step and down two, up one and down two on the markets here. And it could be that Apple might do the same thing, and there might yet be a couple more bucks in it. Just guessing, but you buy back, sit in the sidelines, see a little rally, short again, and ride it lower. Up to you, my friend. You're in a world of your own there. BW, thanks, Uncle B. Talking me off the ledge on those CYXT calls. Going to hope that small cap January effect heads to the beginning of the year. That's another thought, too. Sixtera here, 1140, down 2 cents, nothing burger. The stock's in a world of its own, and it's going higher. It's just going higher. Smart ran up 15. ATIP is up 6. Spire's up a penny to 377. ME's up 4. Matterport down 3. GameStop is up 40 cents to 148.99. It's a nothing burger. SoFi down 47. Rocket Lab up 6. Dow 135, slipping a little bit. S&P right at the break even here, 0.39 on the plus side. It's plus minus. NASDAQ negative 115. We're not going anywhere. I don't see it. Beach Boy says to Bagel Babe, that's the biggest obstacle, doing what Uncle Bruce says. It's all mental. Let's see. Was that a dead cat bounce off SoFi? Youch. Let's see. Bagel Babe says to Ratish, don't tell me that it was definitely not worth defying Bruce. Oh man. Let's see. Who's ready for a coffee, says Duncan. Oh man. Yeah, Uncle Bruce, my Spire's up a nickel, but my May $6 call option I bought is down. It could be down because it hadn't traded for a couple of days, and this is the first trade in a day or two, and that's why it's down. It's possible. 9 million volume on SoFi in 30 minutes ain't bad, but we need more. Trish the dish. So if the stock is going up like Mttr, but the volume is 58,000, how does that make sense? I thought high volume drives it up. Not always. Certain stocks are not high traders. Mttr is one of the most unknown stocks in the market. And so it doesn't have a following yet like SoFi does. When it gets one, we're in a different world. But at the moment, it's still quiet, still unknown. Everyone that owns Mttr is way ahead of the market right now. You know so much more than the rest, and they're about to find out that this is a pretty good little outfit, and it should be a lot higher a share, and it will be. All right. Bama Babe says, if Matterport goes down to 20 again, I will put in stink offers on some call options again. I think you're talking about stink bids. You're looking to buy it, or stink bids to buy back or buy it, go along. Those are bids. I'm just wondering. Let's see. Let's see. Upkeep on a castle. Where are we at now? We're up 130 on the Dow. We're down 1.8 on S&P. We're NASDAQ down 126. Markets aren't going nowhere. We've got GameStop 148.98, up only 39 cents at the moment. Rocket Lab up 12, SoFi down 42, Matterport up 17, ME up 5. How you doing, Jen?
Good, how are you?
I'm watching the markets here this morning with everybody, trying to make sense of what's going on. It's a mixed bag. Looked really
it's the
good.
Bump on bad news.
It looked really good this morning for a while, but then the Bank of England raised rates. 15 basis points. They're ahead of the Americans by raising rates today. Americans are talking about March for the first bump. So now the market is going, well, okay, we got what we wanted. We got the Fed on the right side of this thing, but now we're looking at inflation and going, well, just how bad is this going to be? And so now there's rotation going on. And one of the stocks that's rotating, I think, today is Apple. Here we go. Apple was at 180 in the pre-market. It's now 174.92, down 438. And I think it's going lower. I just get the gut feel that Apple is going to go lower than the 172 it hit yesterday before all the news came out. And if that happens, other stocks could follow in sympathy. And it is happening with Microsoft. It's down 369 right now. So I don't know if the Dow can hold the gain. I think the Dow gain looks tentative to me. 122 now. It was 140 about 10 minutes ago. It's now 122. It looks tentative to me. So we might have a lower market coming through for a while. I don't know for a whole day, but I see it lower.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. She hears it.
I hear it.
You hear it?
You don't hear it?
You don't?
I hear it.
Hello?
Oh, I hear it.
I hear it all right. Oh, I so hear this. Oh.
It's not the same, though, when we were in Creston and I would be in the same room with you, sitting on the couch. And so I could throw in little peanut gallery comments every once in a while.
True.
Here you're in your own room. You got your own space,
nice
and safe.
Got my green screen behind me with the pretend background.
Wow.
Don't reach too far, you'll knock it over.
That's right.
Then they'll see the background, what it really is. Gotta watch for that. The Dow's up 179. It's coming on. Not saying that the day is over, but we're up 180 on the Dow. Let's see if this is real or not. Apple right now 175.37, down 393, and Microsoft down 345, still negative. I don't know. We'll see.
Is it real or is it Memorex?
That's right. Is it real?
That's for your older.
That's for my 70s viewers. Viewers from my 70s and the 80s. Is it real or is it Memorex?
Memorex. I still remember the commercial with the opera singer hitting that high note and shattering the glass.
That's right. They put like a wine glass beside a speaker, and then they would have this opera singer going, and then the glass would shatter because Memorex, the tape, the cassette tape was so good,
just as clear.
You couldn't tell if it was real someone really singing live, or was or Memorex? Yeah, 189 gain on the Dow. Nice little pop. We're up 5 points on
150.
S&P, and we're down 98 on Nasdaq. A little bull run coming in. GameStop 150, yeah, up 169, and
Mm-hmm.
Apple right now down 388 to 175. Doesn't seem to be participating much.
Hmm.
So maybe this is a dead cat rally. I don't know. We're watching second to second on this stuff. Yeah, fun times at the OK Corral, folks. We're down $4 on Apple right now. And we're looking at our favorite stocks. Rocket Lab is up 18 cents. SoFi down 37. GameStop up 145. Matterport up 36. ME up 4. Spire up 8. And ATIP up 7.5. That's it. 174 on the Dow. Yeah. So
What's it going to be?
what's it gonna be, mister? What are you gonna have on your bagel today? You know what? Today is a grape jelly day.
Is it a grape jelly day?
Yeah, I'm done with this because that's
Okay.
almost finished. But yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much, Miss Jennifer. I love it. I'm gonna have some grape jelly on the bagel. Can't go wrong with grape jelly on the bagel. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, come on, Sofi, says Daniel. Um, um, yep. Let's see. Sean is saying, I was stoked after I got another 100 SoFi at 15.15 at the open because I thought we would rally today. But oh, well, at least I averaged down. Yes, stink bits, says Mama Babe. Stink bits. You got it, Bruce. You're right. Yep. Place your bets. This isn't going to last long. You never know. Good morning, Jen from Adventures with Duncan. Rob says, okay, I get what you said. Sell my Sextera and buy SoFi because everyone knows about SoFi. I got it, boss. All right. He's laughing now. Cheddar says, don't do it, Rob. Don't do it. Quick 6 says, I can't wait for the market to find Sextera. My January 23 750 calls will print nicely. Oh, will they ever? It's nice. The January 2023 calls, 750 calls on Sextera. Can you imagine stock going to $20? You're 12.50 in the money. Oh, nice. Anyone buying my ME calls? Anyone buying ME calls for January 2022? The 12.50s? They're going for less than a dime. I don't think that's necessary to do. Rob, where's British Shilling? We need to yell at him for his government raising rates and ruining the American markets. Beach Boy is saying to Adventures with Duncan, black, 2 sugars, please. Bill, it begins. You raised 15 basis points. I will raise you 100 basis points, and on we go. Adventures is giving us thumbs up. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Austin is saying, I bought TUP at 250, dropped to $2. I sold it. 6 months later, it was $40. I missed my one of all time. Let's see. We like peanuts. You are your own worst enemy, Austin, says Rob. Let's see. It's bagel time, says Beach Boy. That's right. It is bagel time. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see what's happening here. Here we go. We're up 183 on the Dow, 183.95. We're up 5.8 on S&P. And we're down 88.9 on NASDAQ right now. Oil up 53 cents. GameStop 150.57, up $1.98. And over at Apple, we're down 355 to 175.75. Not participating in this move up. It's not happening. Microsoft down 326, not moving higher. Home Depot down 460. Tesla down $15. Amazon down 22. Google down 5. Facebook up only 8 cents. We're not getting the FANG stocks joining the party. That's bad news. Perhaps. Okay. Does anyone think we're going to have a green day on SoFi today? Is it real or is it Memorex? Let's see. Let's go. Cam is saying, Uncle Bruce, I'm up 110% on my Cisco July 15, 2022 $50 calls. Considering the stagnant market, do you think it's a good time to close? Cam, you got a zillion months. You got lots of time. You're in the money. Every dollar the stock goes up, you're probably gaining 90 cents, in value on your calls. The stock is up 33 cents to 60.26. I think you sit tight. Just this is headed to 65. You're going higher. You're looking good. The stock is not trading like at expensive levels. It's 22 times earnings. That's below all the others out there. No, it's looking good. I like what I see here. $254 billion market cap, buying bunches of stock back, 2.47 yield, dividend payer. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, buddy. Yeah, you're getting richer on that thing. Ride that puppy. You're getting paid. You're getting paid now. You have stuck around here for months. Hopefully, I'm not 100% sure, but you've stuck around for a while. You're now getting your payoff. Take this payoff. Let it come to you. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Yep. You could. You know what you can do. You can now write a call option against that contract. You can do that on all of these because you're in the money on these contracts. You can use these as your poor man covered calls. So if you wish, just say it, you could write 62s, 63s, 64 for a week or two out, 3 weeks out, bring in a little bit of money here on your call. Hold your call and make it pay you. You're in the perfect position because what you paid for this call versus what it's worth, you're looking great. Now you can compound your return by writing short-term calls against the call. How about them apples? I like that. Oh, it's looking good. Let's see. Hi, Bruce. I read that Gores Holdings is taking another company public. Is that all these holding companies do? Are they attached to Matterport? They still have Matterport stock because they're locked in on stock, and of course they know the upside of Matterport. They did the due diligence on Matterport before they allowed Matterport to take them out. But Gores Holdings creates SPACs all the time. I just don't buy additional SPACs right now because I'm worried about SPACs and the SEC rule changes. And so I don't want to be involved in SPACs until after they do their deals. And thankfully, all the SPACs that I'm following, the former SPACs that are no longer SPACs, have all gone through that crap and are no longer affected by SPAC rule changes anymore. That's what I like. Apple 176, still down 329. The Dow now up 214, S&P up 11, and NASDAQ down 64. So we finally got the Dow moving higher here with a little bit of a bump here, up 0.61%. We're looking at S&P up 0.24%, a quarter of a point. NASDAQ still down 0.40. So we're getting a little bit of movement now, a little bit of buying on the Dow 30, which is good to see. Looking at the latest changes and prices, the big winners are Amgen, Goldman Sachs, Goldman now 397, Caterpillar up 5, Travelers, International Business Machines, JP Morgan, Nike, Johnson & Johnson, and Chevron. Those are the winners. The losers are very few and far between. It's Home Depot down 330, Apple down 330, Microsoft down 246, Salesforce down $1. Walmart is off fractionally, less than $1. United Healthcare, Boeing, and Walgreens. Those are the losers, about 8, maybe 7 or 8 at the moment. The Dow still, the NASDAQ is still negative on the morning right now. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on. Let's go, Rob. Says Cheddar Stacks. Here we go. Santa Claus is coming to town. I got Matterport 2250s for Friday too. Bought for 40 cents. Laugh out loud, peep. The price now, look, go baby, go Matterport. 2286, go Matterport. Up 53 cents. Go. Make Cheddar Stacks rich. What do we got? Rob saying 14.9. SoFi 1491, down a quarter. All right. Uncle Bruce, I bought back 150 GameStop covered call for tomorrow. I made $1 in the first 20 minutes of the market. I can't afford to play around while on the plane to Hawaii. Thinking maybe selling a 160 for next Friday. You may not want to be in a position right now while you're in the air. Just take the rest of the day off and wait until tomorrow and see what happens. Or if you're trading today, trade today. But don't be carrying a position overnight. You may want to be flat. Just saying, because you're not able to do anything. Again, your call. It's totally up to you. You can obviously write a call out of the money, for next week if you want. But GameStop. a $15, $20 move in one half of a day is entirely likely either direction. And so you may or may not be around to enjoy it. I don't know. ME up 13 cents. We're up a dime on Spire. We're up a dime on ATIP. Smart ran up 26. 6 plus 7, 11.49. Looking good. We've got IBM up 265. Why? Apple up down 312. We got incoming. We have incoming here. Oh,
I'm trying
man.
to make UFO noise, but it's just coming out as sad wind.
She tries.
I never really was into the.
She wasn't a sound effects girl.
Sound effects.
You're not. She's not a. She's a word girl. She's not a sound effects girl. I know the licks. I know the guitar solos and rock and roll songs. She knows the words. She knows second verse words. I know the first 5 words, and then that's it. Normally, I know the lick.
There's only so many words that fill in the hole, right?
True, but then there are the folk songs, and you know that stuff.
Yeah.
From the 50s. Yeah. Jim Reeves. Oh.
That's country. That's not.
It's country. It's not Western. It's country.
Not Christmas until Jim Reeves' Christmas album has been played. Everybody has that album they have to play.
Welcome to my life.
And it used to be the tape. And before that, it was the record that my mom and dad had. Yeah. And now it's just all on the phone. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, nice and easy. See, Jim Reeves, can't kill him.
But my go-to.
He is dead, though, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he did die of old age or whatever happened to him. I don't know whatever happened to Jim Reeves. Did he die in a plane accident? No, I don't know if he died.
I don't know.
I don't know if he died.
I'm not sure.
Rest in peace, Jim Reeves. It's nothing personal. Just
lovely voice.
Lovely voice.
Lovely voice.
Soothing, lovely voice.
My go-to that you love so much is Maddie Pryor
and
the Carnival Band playing old English Christmas carols with bagpipes and penny flutes.
Give me cancer now, God.
But
give me cancer now.
See, I have infected and a legacy onto our child is that she admitted she has to play it. It's not Christmas without hearing the screeching of the bagpipes and
Christmas at our house.
So go find it, people. Maddie Pryor. It's great. It's almost, your bagel is almost as good as Maddie Pryor.
This is as good as Maddie Pryor. Really?
No, I gotta go. I'm making hot chocolate.
Oh, okay. I think I got to play some AC/DC and clear the palate. Help me out here. Oh, man. Rob, the Credit Savage credit coach, had a stink offer for that 160 for $10 this morning. And didn't get the run we needed. Might still get it. Who knows? I picked up another 500 Sofi, and I'm still holding this stuff. There you go, $14.79. Let's see. Yeah, boy, just unlost a lot of money, laughing out loud. Bruce, I'm bringing my paycheck to the market tomorrow. Which stock should I buy now? I'm thinking more ATIP. Let's see. Deals. And what happened to the Spire being shorted theory? I'm deep in calls. I bought and getting weary. Can you offer an update? I have nothing new today. Nothing new today. I've noticed it's a little better today, but I have nothing new today, and I don't like where it is at all. I better eat a bagel, make that market go up. Let's get the stocks higher. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. People are talking to each other, which is great. A lot of you are talking to each other. That's the beauty of being a member here. Members can talk to members and compare notes, and that's good stuff. Come on, Matterport. You know you can do it. Come on, break it. 2309, Matterport. ME up 17 to 777. That's a nice round number. Spire up 13, 389. Go. I want to rock. Yes, Nicholas. Oh my God, laughing out loud, Bruce. Flint Creek Soap Company. Uncle Bruce, in Bulgaria in 1997, we had hyperinflation, and we pegged our currency, the LAV, to the euro via a currency board. Best decision the country ever made. Exchange is fixed at 1.96 levs to the euro. That is a good move. Countries that do that fare better. Yeah. There's only two ways to force markets to go higher. Bagel, bagel, bagel. Neat, neat, neat. See? What else is happening here? GameStop, 148.62, up 3 cents. Apple and Microsoft still down, 344, 325. $14.88 in SoFi. Come on, SoFi. Spire up 13 cents and ATIP up 6.5. Smart Rent up 24. Sextera up a nickel. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Apple down 3.27%. No, it's down 3.27 a share, not percent. Anyway, there you go. Wouldn't it be nice if they announced a charter today? Wouldn't that be just terrific? You bet. Dow's still up 208, but topped out. S&P up 10, NASDAQ down 70. Rocket Lab 1287 up 24 cents, near the high of the day. GameStop going red, 148.22. Yeah. Uncle Bruce, thank you for the advice. You're totally right. Sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. Austin, anti-PC SoFi hits $24, and Uncle Bruce gets a tippy. Let's see. James Show, I would love if they did a charter today. I got a few super cheap 2250s for January 2021, forever ago on a gamble. Hearing my Uncle Bruce chew is the highlight of my day. Rob, yeah, we did ante, and then Bruce got mad at how Spire never announces how much money the deals are worth. Yeah, I'm upset. GameStop's down 40. Apple 176 down 330. Mm-hmm. I like Lighten Up's comment there. I like that. I haven't seen Uncle Bruce this mad since someone said Texas. Scully says the deal was worth $750,000 over 2 years. He was throwing lamps and pillows around. Never seen him that agitated this morning. It was unbelievable. What if Spire's involved in some kind of that James Bond kind of stuff, you know? What about that? GameStop going lower. 147.63. How about this one? Matterport receives comparability. What is it? For best company culture and best company for women. Looks like the ladies like that one. Right on. Come on, Sofi. 175.79 on Apple, down 351. Sofi 14.85, down 31 cents. And GameStop 147.95. The low of the day 147.08. Okay. That's why Spire's not telling how much those contracts are worth. GameStop 690,000 volume. Not great. The Dow's at the high. Fabulous. Fabulous. Rob? Zit. There's been so many stories in the tech industry lately about mistreatment of female employees. Good to see the Matterport appears to be setting a better example for companies to follow. There you go. Too bad I don't have any Matterport. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I have $30 calls. You know what, Uncle Bruce? It's nice to watch your show, says Tori Beard. It's like having family conversation with someone who has your best interest at heart. Thanks again. Oh, thank you, Tori. Appreciate that. Want to get rich? What was this rant all about this morning? What was that all about? Credits Savage, same here. I also wanted to use the quick morning momentum to profit on GameStop. Have fun in Hawaii, man. Oh, that crunching is making me hungry, Bruce. Some English muffins or bagels. That bagel was really good. Man, that is tasty. We're up 240 points on the Dow, near the high of the day. We're up 6.91 on S&P. That's not the high of the day. We're down 106.94 on NASDAQ, and that's definitely not the best level of the day. Matterport's still up 24 cents. 22.57. GameStop 147.58 down 101. The low of the day 147.08. SoFi down 36 cents to 14.80. ME up 17 cents. Spire up a dime at 386. ATIP at 334, up 5.5 cents. Smart Rent up 24 to 11.68. Sextera up 2 cents to 11.44. Let's see now. Microsoft's down $3. Apple down 3.30 to 176 even. Tesla down $28. Goldman up 7.76 to 397.67. Cisco 60.45, up 53 cents. 60.46 on Cisco. High today 60.57. It's approaching that again. Cisco's looking good. All right. Damn it, Jim. Uncle Bruce, when SoFi hits the hundreds per share, SoFi, hundreds per share, I'm going to buy you a guitar amp that has a volume knob that goes to 11. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't need a guitar amp. I have an amplifier, but thank you. It only goes to 10, though. We'll say. But yeah, storage. Everything's in storage. But I thank you. Damn it, Jim. I love you. The sentiments are awesome. Mr. Seneca says, you know what? I wrote a 150 call on GameStop for next week, Thursday expiry, 9.10 premium. At the money, or just, in around the money. 147.01, by the way, new low right now on GameStop for the day. 9.10 premium, real nice. That's really, really nice premium. 147.01, the low of the day on GameStop right now. Apple 176.11. Yep, very interesting. And now a little bounce back to 147.77 as we get the bouncing ball here. That's how this game works. The 145 GameStops that die tomorrow, 645 bit. Next week's December 3rd, 23rd contracts, the 150s are 850 bit. Nice. Way to go, Mr. Seneca here. I'm itching to write a GameStop a cover call on GameStop. Hit them thumbs for Bruce, guys. SoFi is fighting up against the 20-day moving average and is in a channel with a 1471 support. This could be an explosion. 20-day moving average is 1484 on SoFi. We're at 1486, down 30. GameStop 148.47, jumping back up again. Back and forth and back and forth. Entertaining, very entertaining. The Dow down now up 241. S&P up 9.2. NASDAQ down 94.6. That's where we're at. Okay. I just wrote a $400 call on Goldman Sachs expiring next week. Why is the sell the hard part? Such anxiety. That's the toughest transaction, is doing the writing. That's why people are saying, I don't know what to write. I'm thinking of writing, but I'm not sure if I should write or not. The selling is the hard part. 149.10 on GameStop. You want to look for a rally, a surge, and then you want to hit the market with a sell and sell a contract. 1304 on Rocket Lab. Looks like we're at the high of the day over there. 1308, Rocket Lab. Looking good on Rocket Lab. 1488 on SoFi, down 28, looking a little better. GameStop went green, 149.10 right now. 148.91. So those of you thinking of writing 150s that expire tomorrow or next week, or 152 50s, 155s, you can look into those. All kinds of potential here. You can write 150s, 152 50s, 155s, 157 50s, 160s. There's potential there to do all of those trades. 148.99 on GameStop, up 40 cents at this moment in time. 145's a die tomorrow, a 595 bid. 150's a die tomorrow, 350 bid. 155's a die tomorrow, 184 to 234. So a quick $2 might be available to you if the shares stay under 155. Next week, the 23rd of December, you can get 1040 to 1240 for a 145. They're in the money though, $4. The 150s, buck out of the money, 815 to 960. These are my quotes that are 15 minutes old. 152 50s are 7 to 850. 155s are 650, 750. 157 50s are 555 to 665. And the $160 contracts for next Friday, 485 to 560. $11 out of the money, and you can get about 530 a contract on top of the 160. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. Where are we at now? I tried to write a covered call on GameStop 155 strike for next Thursday. My stink bid was $5. Stink offer was $5 too high. Stink offer. All right. There's bids and there's offers. 155s. You're trying to get $5 for what, next Thursday, the 23rd? I'm showing 650 to 750 last trade I'm showing. Not sure. Kent, you got this, says Ritesh. You're going to make money on this trade. $400. Just refresh my memory here, Kent. You wrote. Oh, my messages go by so fast. I see them and then they disappear on me. I can't keep up with them. Yeah, I wrote $400 on the Goldman. Right on. Okay, got it. Apple down 295 to 176.36. Goldman is 399.41 on the stock. You've written a $400 call. The stock's up 956 today. Taking a peek here, taking a little run, writing at the top. Yep, there's strategies here. Alrighty. Here we go. Gowdy is saying that to Birdie, if it can hold a bit above 150, I think I might pull the trigger on something for tomorrow expiration. I don't think the volume is there to make a run today. And Rob is asking me if I can explain what Cheddar is saying. I don't know what message you're referring to, so I'm so far behind here. I can't do it. Go Rocket Lab, says Auntie. We're now on Rocket Lab. 1312 up 49 cents. High today 1314 on 1 million shares up 48 cents. SoFi down 33. GameStop 149.24 up 65 cents. Matterport up 39 cents. ME up 18. Spires at 390 up 14. ATIP up 3.5 to 332.5. Smart Rent up 23. Cyxtera up a penny at the moment. The Dow up 240. Looks like it's backing up a little bit from its high. The high was at 36,189. We're 36,167. Now 170. We're 19 points off the high. Just a little off the high. Microsoft down 267. Apple down 328 at 176.02. Just kind of hanging here. I don't know if it can hold it. I don't think it can hold it. Tesla down $27. Royal Caribbean down 38 cents. Goldman 399.20. Cisco 60.69. Beach Boy, you got to be out of there. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, this is so cool. I just got hit with a stink bid. 145s written yesterday at 790 and bottom close to 535. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Nice done. Have you gotten out of those? Are you out of those Cisco's yet? Let's see. Oh, I'm up on my Rocket Lab calls. Woohoo, says NTPC. Rocket Lab right now, 1307, up 44 cents. I will cry if Spire breaks and holds over $4, says John. I was saying the same thing. Just give us the 4. Give us something. People like round numbers. Yep. My new dilemma is, should I cash out or wait? I think I'm going to wait a bit here. It's Rocket Lab up 34, 1297 at the moment. So the Dow is up 237. It's backed up a little bit from its high. We're up 920 on S&P, Nasdaq down 102. SoFi down 36 to 1480. GameStop up 72 cents to 149.31. Matterport up 26 cents. ME up 14. Spire up 12 and a half. ATIP's up 3. Smart Rent up 22. Cyxtera up a penny. Okay, watching these markets, people getting dips, getting stink bids filled, getting stink offers filled, jumping on calls, writing calls, buying them back. Nice. What is this green color in my portfolio doing in here? It's so unusual. I'm so used to the red. 175.74. We're under 176 on Apple now. Down 357. Apple falling again. The Dow 244 on the upside. S&P up 10. Nasdaq down 98. SoFi preparing for another shot, says Nicholas. Adventures with Duncan. Cheers at PC. Cheers. Right on. Yeah, 175.82 on Apple. Goldman is now 399.13, up 922. The high of the day on Goldman, 399.84. Couldn't break 400 this morning. We'll see if that changes or not. It's peaked a little bit from 399.84 to 399.18. And the Dow now up 240. Rocket Lab is at 1297, up 34. That's it. GameStop holding on to an 82-cent gain here through this first, hour and a half. And looking at oil up $1.30 a barrel right now. Okay. Here we are, folks. Doing what we can. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for these thumbs ups, 372 of them. I think we're going to hit 400 in pretty short order. If you can keep those thumbs ups coming in, everybody, thank you. I appreciate it. A headline coming out. Omicron variant concern grows in the EU as travel restrictions are being reimposed, and that we have been fearing. Apparently, the French are barring travelers from the UK again, and that it might be the beginning of a bit of a mess over there. We'll have to see how this plays out. Wowee, I say. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me this morning. Thank you for watching these markets with me, and thank you for letting me know how you're doing. We're watching you and watching your trades and watching your stocks, and keep an eye on these calls. There's opportunities here to make some money on writing call options, even on down days, even on up days. There are ways, and there are times where you write, and sometimes they just come right to you. We have 386 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Keep them coming. Thank you. Apple 175.74. The low is 174.53 about 45 minutes ago. We had a little rally, but now we're faltering again. Let's see what gives. 175.74. The Queen Elizabeth is canceling her Christmas party at Windsor Castle due to Omicron. Should you do the same? Yeah, I don't think Her Majesty is going to be exposed to a lot of commoners and anyone else, relatives or friends, for quite a while. She's going to be taking it careful. I'm sure her staff is being extremely careful at this point. GameStop 149.33, up 74 cents. Rocket Lab 12.93. Matterport up only a penny. Just went negative 2 pennies on Matterport. We're up 12.5 on Spire, up 3 cents only on ATIP. Backing up here a little bit on the markets. The Dow still up 227. IBM still up $3. Amazing. 175.76 on Apple, down 354. Microsoft down 307. Tesla down 34.49, going lower. Goldman 399.01, backing up a little bit with this market. I think this market is going to drip a little. From what I can tell, it looks like it. We'll see. 387 thumbs ups. Hoping to get to 400 real soon. If you can hit the thumbs up button for us, encourage others to follow us and find us on YouTube. Thank you all. And on the Dow 30, the gainers, the losers, the performers. The gainers are still outnumbering the losers. Fair enough. Home Depot down 5 as the worst performer. Apple down 355. Microsoft down 302. Salesforce down 198. Boeing down a buck. Walmart down 51 cents. These stocks have heavy weight on the market. They are definitely holding the Dow back from a higher point. We're only up 214 on the Dow now. And the best performers, Goldman Sachs up 872 to 398.80. Amgen up $6. Caterpillar up 5. Travelers and IBM up around 3, along with JP Morgan up 3. And we have $2 gains for 3M, Chevron, Johnson & Johnson, roughly at this point. But the Dow is easing up. We're only up 212 now. The gain is backing up a little bit there. We're only up 2.8 on S&P. We're about to go red on S&P here at this pace. And NASDAQ is going redder, 138 now on the down dip on NASDAQ. Not yet, Uncle Bruce. I'm waiting on my Cisco. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for a fill. Okay. Waiting on Cisco to come through for him. 60.67 is the stock price on Cisco. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Where are we at on those calls? Those are Jan 21s. Let's take a look. Where is he doing? Where is he going? 147 on GameStop, down 116. Zzz, just like that. Zzz, little shot there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're sitting on 55s, aren't you there, Beach Boy? 560, 570 is the bid ask, and they're worth 570. There's no premium on them. Unbelievable. Looking for a fill there. Hopefully soon. You're right about to get the fill. Just gotta wait it out. Isn't that amazing? 60.68 on Cisco. It's right at its high, just about at its high of the day. Amazing. Yeah, 60.69, just short of the high of the day. All right, let's see what happens. The Dow up 206 at the moment. S&P is only up 194. NASDAQ down 153 now. It's backing off some more. We have GameStop down 113 to 147.46. We're negative on Sofi and Matterport as well. And Apple right now is negative 421 to 175.11. It's now threatening the 175 level. The low of the day on Apple, 174.53. And we're heading there from all accounts. The way it looks to me, it looks like Microsoft is joining the down party, down to 330.29, the low, almost the low of the day on Microsoft. It's just about hitting that too. They're both hitting the low of the day right now on those two big market cap stocks. Goldman, 398.62, backed off a little bit from its high of the day. Cisco, 60.61, right on the edge. Rocket Lab, 12.91, holding on. SoFi down 54 to 14.62. GameStop down 138, and Matterport down 27 cents. That's what we got right at the moment with this market. 191 gain now, 186 gain on the Dow. We're backing up on the Dow Jones. S&P down 4, and now NASDAQ down 180, and that's the low of the day for the NASDAQ. S&P needs a little more to be the low of the day, but it's heading that direction. The Dow is well into the green at this point, but it is slipping. It is slipping. Down 1 to 147.17 on GameStop. The low of the day, 146.90. We are about 38 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. Heading lower rather than higher at this point in time. Okay. And comments. Any more comments? Let's see. Beach Boy, 55s. Yes, that's right. Let's see. Are you concerned there'll be a financial crisis soon? Nope. Hey, Bruce, I'm thinking of writing a GameStop STK 155 expiring 31st of December for 1030 a contract. Wait, go for it. What do you think? We're now 147.29, down 129 on the stock. I mean, you can get $10 or more for a 155 for the end of the month. Not a bad price to get one out at. Put an offer in, see if it comes to you. Only 822,000 volume on GameStop. That is a sign again of weakness, of lack of lack of exuberance, let's say, on the stock at the moment. 147.18 on the shares here for GameStop. Backing up. Okay. Apple 175.07, just hanging around 175 here. We're 446 lower on Microsoft, and now 478 lower on Microsoft, 428 lower on Apple, and Tesla down $38. Okay. Spire gets up to 390 and then whack, it gets hit. Spire is 384, up 8 cents. ATIP down a half a penny. Just got into a bit of a sell wave here. Coming off. GameStop 146.90. This is the low of the day right now. We're matching it again. We're down 169, and we're only down 169 for the low of the day on GameStop. It hasn't given up much ground here. But those of you who are shorting contracts, who have short contracts, this dip, as far as it wants to go, might be your friend. We're up 174 on the Dow now. That's dropping. S&P is down 4. NASDAQ down 178. 146.90. 146.70 has been the low trade on GameStop now. 146.70, and we're at 146.90 right now. Matterport is red. ME went red. ATIP has gone red. Cyxtera is down 2 cents. Apple now 174.84, under 175. The low of the day on Apple is 174.53, and we're at 174.84. We're heading for the low of the day again. At this pace, we might go through it. We'll watch for that. And Microsoft is off 475 to 329.90, and that is about the low of the day. 329.83 is a low. I'm sure we're just touching these numbers right now. Fantastic. Let's see here. Here we go. Apple 174.77, down 453. Apple is backing off. The Dow now up 154. It's backing off. S&P down 6.25. NASDAQ down 186, down to 186.87 now. Both those markets are going further into the red. Okay. Maybe the real Spire profits or the friends we made along the way. Yikes, says Arico. Yeah, yikes. And I says, Gary, I'll take the profits, laugh out loud. I forgot to like, but I'm now number 400. Have we got 400? Yeah, 401 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate the likes. Very good. Thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. All right. Making friends along the way. Oh, man, how hokey is that? Okay, the Dow 30s, how are they doing? We got the losers here: Home Depot, Microsoft, Apple, Salesforce, Boeing, Walmart, Walgreens. Those are the losers on the Dow. And there are a whole bunch of winners, but they're only winning between $0 and $1 a share. And then we have the winners still up there. That Dow right now, 157 to the good, but it has been falling back at the moment. Apple is down to 174.75, share down 455. And we are 20 cents away from the low of the day here, 22 cents. For Apple, as we are coming into some selling here at the moment. The high on the Dow today was 36,189. We're now 36,086. So 103-point drop from the high of the Dow in the last 30 minutes to now be up 159. So the Dow's given up some ground here, definitely. See if this continues or if there's going to be a pause. 146.70 looks like the low on GameStop. 146.49 was the low on GameStop. We're at 147.11, so we bounced back about 60 cents off the low, but we are definitely moving down on GameStop here, bit by bit by bit, as the morning continues on. A little recovery wave, and then another hit, and another recovery wave, and another hit. That's what's going on GameStop right now. Okay. What's up with this trickle downwards, eh? What's going on here, man? Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Yeah, that's what we got. Whew, 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 boy. Uh-huh. The U.S. is set to ban American investment in giant Chinese drone maker. Interesting. Interesting. No American money can go in there. That's interesting. GameStop just reversed. 146.46, low of the day right now. Just reversed quickly. Down 213 to 146.46, low of the day right here on GameStop. That was a quick reversal there. Apple still down 449 now to 174.81. Microsoft 329.92, just about 10 cents off its low of the day here, down 486. So these two behemoths are lower, holding back the S&P and NASDAQ. 146.37 on GameStop, another new low for the day. We're now down over we were down about 220. 146.37 is the low. 146.45 is the current market on GameStop last trade. Rocket Lab 12.89, still holding 26 cents gain, but we backed off from 13.14 in a hurry. Sofi 14.60, down 56 cents. The low of the day 14.58. This is it. 15.6 million volume. We're at the low. 146.39 again on GameStop, within 2 cents of its low. Matterport 22.13, down 20. ME down 2 cents. Spire up 6. ATIP down a half. A penny. SmartRent up 18 cents, and Cyxtera down a penny. So we do not have a raging, running, positive market here at the moment. We have selling coming in a little rally, and another drop, a little rally, another drop. 146.52, 146.39 on GameStop, just above the low of the day, or at it, just around there right now. Okay. The NASDAQ now down 201, 201 point drop on NASDAQ. 1.29% is the drop on NASDAQ, and it's holding the rest of the market behind us. Okay. Yeah, everything's stuck in a chimney. Oh, man. Cisco holding right in there, 60.53, up 59 cents. The high, 60.76. Not giving up ground. Just kind of hanging around here. Very interesting how Cisco is performing. GameStop 146.52, right there. 146.13, new low on GameStop. New low on GameStop. 146.13 last trade, down 246. Okay. Let's see what do we got here. Beach Boy, your market on your Cisco's, last I saw, 580 bid, 595 offer, and that's you. Last trade, 585. You're in the hood now. Just sit tight, see if you get a report. I know you'll let me know the minute you get it. Hopefully you'll get an alert in the not too distant future. The Dow down is now up 129, but it's backing up still. S&P down 8 and NASDAQ down 212. GameStop 145.84, new low, dropping 145.84 at the moment. That is the new low, and we're down about 270 or so a share, 275 on the day for GameStop today. Okay, and we're down 62 cents at 14.54 on Sofi. We're on Matterport now, 22.08, down 25 cents. ME down a nickel, 7.55. Spire's up 6, ATIP down a penny. SmartRent holding a 16-cent gain, Cyxtera unchanged. The Dow now up 145. Is Apple is down 475 to 174.55. 30 cents off its from its low of the day. It just set the low of the day a few moments ago. 174.25 now 174.55, down 475. Apple's going lower. Microsoft is down below $5. 506 drop on Microsoft. It just had hit the low of the day, 328.96, and it's just bounced back about a quick 50 cents, but it is hitting new lows as the day moves on Microsoft and Apple. Tesla down $37, $38. New lows are being approached here as well on Tesla. The Dow up 159, a little bounce back at the moment. GameStop bounced back a little bit to 146.32, 50 cent, a 50-cent partial recovery at the moment. Okay. Lots going on. Yeah. This looks like a good time to fix me a bagel, says Anti-PC. I'm going to have that song in my head all day now. It's just not going to go away. Over at Cisco, 60.53 is where it's hanging in at. And watching my friend's options here, watching these January calls on Cisco. Is that stink offer going to be taken out? 570 to 590 is my bid ask, but it's behind. So we're waiting for a move there. No, wait, I'm wrong. I apologize. I'm incorrect. Sorry. Here we go. 580 to 595. Last at 585. That's the bid ask. 580 to 595 on my computer. 15 minutes behind. Beach Boy, you are the offer, and we'll see if you get taken out. Rudy, yoo-hoo, those Apple covered calls came to me. They are coming to me. Keep coming to me. Plan to hit them at 172-ish. Thanks for the support, Uncle Bruce and Bagel Gang. The stock is coming your way, man. Right on, buddy. Rudy says, morning NTPC. Will, what a feeling, rooting for stocks you own and believing in the fall. So your cover calls bring in that cash. What a ride. And they go down faster than they go up. That's the thing about the markets. Markets back off faster than they go higher. All in the favor of option writers. Every time. GameStop, 146.19. Not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. What a ride. What a ride, kids. Apple now, 174.97 down 433. Microsoft, 328.94 down 571. We're approaching the low again of the day. Microsoft is 14 cents from the low of the day, and now it's 10 cents from the low of the day, down 574. Microsoft is definitely falling off, and it's not helping the indexes, I can tell you that. 328.90, a dime away from the low of the day on Microsoft. Apple, 174.86. 174.25 is the low of the day there, and it'll follow right with Microsoft. It'll just go with it. 328.77 on Microsoft. New low now, 328.61, going down on Microsoft. We're going back. You remember when GameStop was 129 the other day? Rudy says, amen to that, Will. Rob, remember a couple of weeks ago when it was 250? Yeah. Microsoft, 328.60, new low. 328, down 605 on Microsoft. Just touched it. Apple, 174.96 here, down 434. Trying to hang on, but I don't know if it will. I don't think it will. The Dow is only up 157 now. It's up, but only up 157. SoFi, 1458 down 58. GameStop, 145.78. New low for GameStop. Again, another new low on the day, down 281. Falling further. And Matterport down 23. ME down 7. Okay. GameStop down $100 in less than a month. Eventual Duncan, Mary Poppins, Water Ride, says Rob. David Temami, here's a super sticker for you, buddy. Thank you very much. $4.99 super sticker. What is that? Is that an old ghetto blaster beat up there with a broken arm or something? That's kind of sad looking, isn't it? Is that what that is? Oh, that's too bad. Water Ride. Thank you, everybody. Beach Boy is saying, Bruce, all I want to know is when should I start banging on my table? When do I bang on my table, man? When? I want to get these Cisco's sold off. When do I bang the table? 60.58 last I saw. 60.57 on Cisco. Waiting for the stink offer to get filled for Beach Boy on his calls. Is he going to get out? He's been the offer now for a while. Still showing now 565 to 585, so just below. Last trade showing 587. He's a 595er. We're going to have to just keep waiting and hoping and see what's going on. Wish I didn't want to watch it. Right. Wish I didn't want to watch it now, says Duncan. And let's see. That looks like a gaming controller that's been beat up, says Rob. Dave, 999 super sticker. Another one. Thank you so much. That one says thanks. That's great. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. Make money, everybody. Are you doing one-on-ones in early January? I should be. I just don't know where I will be yet. So when I know where I will be, I will know for sure if I am doing them or not. So yeah, if I'm in a cardboard box down by the river, you may have to kind of hang on a bit. I might not have a very good Wi-Fi connection. So, bear with me while I wait out and try to continue to score accommodation. We're still looking for accommodation here in this area to nail down for January and February. So we'll see what happens. As soon as I know, you'll know. Beach Boy, you bang the table until it's filled, says Rob. Scott Brewer probably bought back my 155 GameStop too early, but I sold a 160 for this Friday at 130, so it's okay. Fedigan, I've been a member for 10 months, $50 10 months ago. Rock and roll. Thank you. Moving on again, Uncle Bruce. Well, we only have so much time to stay here, and then we have to move on. Let's see. If GameStop hits 110 again, we're scooping another 100 shares. It's that simple, says the Credit Average. Daddy needs his tuna. Let's start the year off in style. I want to bang on the table too, damn it. Make it happen. And if you keep moving around, that amp is going to become a hassle. I hear you there. Bring the amp. I'm not doing it. I'm not. What lamp? That lamp's a hassle. The amp's a hassle. Uncle Bruce, thoughts on J.P. Morgan versus Goldman Sachs in general? I don't have a versus one versus the other. I don't follow Goldman Sachs. I don't follow J.P. Morgan. Pardon me. I do follow Goldman Sachs, and I like Goldman Sachs. Chris Savage, Uncle Bruce, J.P. Morgan had just canceled the biggest biotech conference in the first 2022 quarter in San Francisco due to COVID. Hundreds of millions lost. Hopefully people get it together or else lockdowns. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm really curious how this is going to go. GameStop 146.16 down 243. The low was 145.71. We have the Dow down up 171 right now. We have Microsoft down 577. Thank you. Thank you very much. The PayPal donation just came in. Thank you very much for that. Is that you, Fergan? I'm not sure. I'm just waiting for my email to catch up with me. Here it is. Yep. GameStop was $50 10 months ago, says Jens. That's right. Thank you for the donation, buddy. From Denmark. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's true. It was $50 10 months ago. That is true. Thank you for the 417 thumbs ups, everybody. Wonderful stuff. We're happy. We're always happy about this. And let's see. That's interesting, Chris Savage, about that canceling that deal. Uh, Rudy, I need to learn a few things. I feel class has taught me, but just not enough. I will hit you up for a one-on-one in January once you know more. Right on, buddy. In an hour, we'll cover a lot of stuff together for sure. If anyone's interested in a one-on-one for this weekend, I do have openings Saturday and Sunday. Just let me know what day interests you, and we'll try to kind of slot you in. Let's see. Yeah, Coyote. I think my biggest issue at the moment is misjudging stink bids. I feel like I miss the peak by 5 cents each time, and I don't get hit. You get better at it, and just don't be too greedy. Sometimes you got to give up a nickel or two and get your fill. Just kind of work with it. 175.23 down 407 on Apple. Microsoft down 565 to 329. Dead cat bounces going on. The Dow is up 173. The S&P is up a half a point. Nasdaq is down 173. A little recovery here at the moment, and we'll see what's going on. Barron says U.S. jobless claims move back above 200,000, up slightly from 52 year lows or 52 week lows. And let's see. GameStop backing off again, 145.78. Looks like we're trying to hit a new low. 145.71 appeared to be the lowest low. Now 145.60 is the new low of the day on GameStop. I'm showing 146.29 right now, but 145.60, we just did hit that a few moments ago. I bought some GameStop at 46. If I only knew, says Coyote. I bought some at 46. If I only knew. I remember buying GameStop at 190, then 48 a couple of days later. Oh my gosh. Wow. Adventures of the Duncan credit coach. I just got a mail form credit card lowering my credit limit for BS. Can you help? No idea what that means. And Dave, the Mac guy, Coyote, I test sync bids or asks 1 penny at a time, changing every 5-10 minutes to test the hidden limit orders. Interesting. That's an interesting strategy to play games with those guys. That's very good. Cisco is at 60.52, 60.53. Can Beach Boy get taken out? He is in the money, 554. Can he be taken out here on his stink offer? That is the proverbial question. And we're watching closely here, or I'm watching closely. Let's just clarify that. 565 to 580. He's a 595er. We're just waiting for another quarter, and he's out of there. Interesting. All righty. Will, Coyote, I feel you shrugging. Rudy, does anyone here do trailing stops on their stink bids to buy back covered calls? Is that even possible? Coyote, you want to hear a nightmare? March 10th, GameStop was running up from the mid 250s to 300. I took my savings and went all in. That same day, it crashed from 350 to 170 in less than 30 minutes. I wanted to die. Credit Savage, those JP Morgan investors bring in money. All investment firms send their best, and they spend lots of money at stores, restaurants, coffee shops, stores, hotels, taxis. All gone because of COVID. Rudy says, Coyote, diamond hands, buddy. Anti-PC, I still have 2 GameStop shares that are 51.79 and 48.02. I still got 2 of them. There you go. GameStop 146.64. The low of the day 145.60, down 195. The Dow down and now up 158. It's backed off a little bit again. 158 gain. S&P's negative 0.4 of a point. Nasdaq down 167. We're just jumping around here. UK sets a record for one-day COVID-19 cases. The tally, 88,376, most since the start of the pandemic. This is with a whole bunch of UKers vaccinated, and that's how many cases, an all-time record. Because even if you are vaccinated, you can get this thing. The chances are, though, you won't end up in the hospital, though. That is the difference. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Uh-huh, uh-huh, mhm, mhm, mhm. That's correct. The vaccination isn't stopping you from getting it and passing it on to someone else. I agree. It's just a question of how bad will it be for you if you do get it. Boy, unbelievable. Get used to the new flu, says Bobby. Bruce, I have an old 401k with a former employer that's got a couple of $1,000 in it. Is it a terrible idea to cash it out to focus more resources on this covered call writing thing? Samuel, I don't know what the rules are for you to do that. I don't know what the tax implications are. I have no idea. I don't know how easy it is to move it out, to put it into another brokerage firm. I don't know what firm you're using, and I don't know the rules of the firm as to what you can and cannot do with this money. So you got some work to do. You got some research to do, and it's probably worth your while. Put that money to work for you with what you have already. That's what I'd be doing. Cases, it was all about the hospitalizations goalposts where they're supposed to be world leaders. Endemic means everyone gets it and they learn to live with it. Adventures, I've done covered calls. I've had this card for years. Credit cards, I've had this card for years and play the points game for free stays. Rudy, Coyote, nice work, man. I'm holding about 30 at 250. Need to average down too. Got no powder. Coyote says to Samuel, you're going to get taxed hard. I believe. The credit savage. Never close your credit card since it hurts your FICA scores. Just pay them off. Never carry a balance and pay interest. That's crazy money you're paying to use credit cards, so you would cash or a debit card. Coyote, Rudy, oh yeah, I feel you, man. Just writing covered calls at the moment. Power has to go to bills for the time being. Went wild these past few weeks on those dips. Bobby, probably cannot touch until you're 55. You probably cannot touch that money inside that thing until you're 55. Lots of advice, but again, I can't give you advice on this. It's not my forte. I'm not able to do that. 146.78 down 211. 146.48 down 211 on GameStop. The Dow up 145. It's backing up though. S&P's going down again, 619. NASDAQ going lower, 204 and dropping. Gowdy says, yeah, that's the drawback on 401ks. I'm not an expert there, but from what I remember being hammered into my head from when I first started salary, it was do not touch for decades. Damn it, Jim, roll the 401k to a Fidelity IRA and you can trade with it. Won't pay taxes on it unless you withdraw the money before 65. So you might as well grow it while you between now and 65. Do that. Rico, Bruce, what stocks would you recommend writing calls against with prices being so low? Well, you know my list. I mean, I keep talking about the list of stocks. Poor man covered calls. There's a whole bunch to do here. Plus the stocks we're following here. Laugh aloud, Rudy. No thanks. I'll see them. I like seeing them in my cost basis. Rudy, Coyote, my strategy is to dump these shares if GameStop runs up again to 250 or more in January, February. If history is any indication, then hide that powder under my pillow and buy them back at 140 and lower. Ventures with Duncan, credit card, my balance was below 20%. They dropped to make it like I'm using over 80% usage of credit line. Anti-PC, you too, Coyote, when I get bored, I look through my share lots for the cheapest ones I can find. Rudy, Andy-PC, I thought you loved me. Clearly not enough. Rico, I know your list, but I thought you didn't like writing against them when they're under 20. Yes, I don't like writing. I don't recommend you write options on stocks of the SPACs, the former SPACs, if they're under $20. They just are not giving you much of a premium. That's exactly right. And they have the ability, some of these SPACs have the ability to run $3, $4 in a day, and then you are way in the money all of a sudden. You've lost the opportunity to score a nice premium here. So that's why I mention that. So I'd like to see SoFi back over 20 again before you write contracts on them. Matterport is 21.92, as long as it stays above 20. But these stocks have to do something, and we want them to go higher, and then you go from there. Rocket Lab is 1285 up 22. GameStop 145.78, 145.43. New low on GameStop down 316. GameStop is now at its low of the day for what, the fifth time in the last half hour? Just every once in a while, hits again, hits again. All right. Let's see. Auntie says, "I do love you, Rudy. You know, Credit Savage. You can touch that money if you were let go, or if they change the bank they have the 401k with. All you do is fill out paperwork and move that money to another 401k or retirement account." And Coyote Erico, I'm not writing covered calls on anything under $20. And Coyote, the Credit Savage, I knew you'd have a helpful answer for that. Arico, okay, fair enough. I'm debating grabbing 100 Cisco and writing immediately. There you are. Rudy, Coyote, faux show. We'll put it in the ETF or so. If I leave it in my broker, I'll be tempted to use it up. Rob is saying there's still no volume on GameStop, still under 1 million traded. Credit Savage, wow, if you're using 80% of available credit, that's bad. Try to stay under 30%. 10% is best, though. Get a credit line increase, bro, and expand your credit card portfolio. Rudy has given hunks to anti-PC. Frumler, premiums on SoFi so high, I think you can make more just buying the shares than writing calls once SoFi is above 23. Thanks, Credit Savage from Adventures with Duncan. 145.23 on SoFi. On GameStop, new low. On GameStop, 145.23 here. 144.70, new low of the day. Still backing off. Over on the Dow, 147 gain. S&P up down 5, now down 6.3. NASDAQ down 213. We have Apple 174.72, down 458. And we got Microsoft at 327.83. We're pushing the low of the day there. We're down 680 over that one. Apple at 174.25 will be the low of the day, and we're at 174.77. We're only 52 cents from the low of the day on Apple. We're backing up here, down $4.50 or in that neighborhood. Tesla's backed off $43 to 932. Dow up 147 now. IBM up 293. Home Depot down 580. Vanek Vectors down $9. Robinhood down $1.20. AMC down 4 cents. Sextera up 12 cents. SmartRent up 9. ATIP down 1.5. Spire down 3. ME down 11 cents. Matterport down 44. GameStop down 323. Add more. 145.09 last trade, down 350 on GameStop. SoFi down 66 to 14.50. Rocket Lab still holding a 15-cent gain to 12.78. Okay. Hey, Bruce, would you rather be writing 3 poor man covered calls on Goldman Sachs or 100 GameStop? So I'm assuming you have 100 shares at GameStop and you want to write a call on it, or sell that and then do 3. Is that I'm sure what the plan is here. I don't understand. Leverage is leverage, and you know, you get to know your stock. You get to know your stock, and you go from there. Up to you, which way you want to go on this. Goldman Sachs right now is up 867 to 398.58. So it's having a good day today. Cisco 60.46 up 53 cents. Hit a high of 60.76 today. Watching the Cisco trading at 22.4 times earnings. There we are. We're down. We're up 142 on the Dow. We're down 6 on S&P, and we're down 211 on the NASDAQ right now. Okay. Oh boy. 145.52 on GameStop. Chris Savage, thank you, Uncle Bruce, for reading this minutia. So appreciate it. Coyote says, Will, I'm biased towards GameStop. Will's, mentioned other thoughts too also. Let's see. Carol, Uncle Bruce, can you explain what exactly means that Matterport will redeem its public warrants? 100% sure I'm not, but I think they're forcing out the last of their warrants, which is saying to warrant holders, they've had the right all along, Matterport. They've had the option all along to say to warrant holders, look, if the shares of our stock trade at a certain level or higher for a certain amount of time, we can force you to convert the warrants into stock, or you have to give them up for like nothing. Um, and if I recall it right, if I'm correct on this, I think that the warrants are exercisable at 11.50 a piece, but I'm not sure how many warrants you need to do it. It might be one warrant plus 11.50 gets you a stock, and you might have got like a third of a warrant with every stock you bought when you bought the SPAC originally. Anyway, all those warrants are being now cashed up. So it could be a bunch of money coming into Matterport's coffers, and then the warrants don't trade anymore because they expire out. And now we only have common shares trading and not common shares plus warrants. All right. So what does it mean to you? Nothing. What does it mean to the company? More cash in its treasury. That's my take on it, and it just gets that out of the way. Some people will say, "Well, that increases the float of the stock." Well, it was always we always knew that the warrants will eventually become shares. This was no surprise, and it is possible. It is entirely possible that some folks who have a bunch of warrants will sell some shares of Matterport to raise enough money to exercise the purchase of the shares using the warrants, and then that just those shares go back into their account, and nothing has changed. It's just a rollover, but it puts stock into the market and may put pressure on the stock. I have no idea if it has anything to do with where the shares are this minute, this last week, this last 2 weeks. I have none of that. But at the end of the day, the good news is the company is cash richer, and it's cash rich now. So more deals coming from Matterport in the end. All right. Hypothetical question, says Will. Are these 5-year highs on Cisco? Rico wants to know. Man, I am too late to the Cisco party. This company is going to make even more money next year than last year. The shares are going higher. 2 years from now, they'll be higher again. So you can buy now and ride it for a long time. It's not going down half its value because they're losing money all of a sudden. Not going to happen. TIF, I finally decided to sell my Sextera December 17 call. I bought it for 60 cents. I sold it for $1.50. I hope for a bit more, but it's still not too bad. Well, there you go. Sextera, 11.52 a share, up a dime. Hey, you done good. That's okay. Bruce is working late today. Carol, $5 super sticker for you, Bruce, for putting in the overtime. Thank you very much, Carol. Appreciate that. Says bravo there. Kind of like that. Thank you. Thanks, Uncle B from Carol. Thank you, Rico. Thanks, Uncle B. You're my hero. Thanks, Uncle B. Gary, God, I wish my cell got hit on GameStop. It has been slowly tanking. 145.48, 145.44. Low of the day, 144.70 on GameStop. We're red on SoFi, GameStop, Matterport, ME, Spire, ATIP. They all went red. The Dow up 159. Microsoft down 616. Apple down 415. Tesla down $42. Red. Rocket Labs, Rook Ribbon 69.84. Red. Cisco 60.51. Green. See, there you go. You live and you learn, though. Coyote, $5 working from the weekend, much appreciated. Working for the weekend, there it is. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that too. Great to have you do that, guys. I appreciate it. All right. The Dow 163 gain, S&P down 4.4, Nasdaq down 207. There we are. That's where we're at right now. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to be back this afternoon at 3 o'clock. We will see how this market wants to play. Um, Amazon is down $67, by the way. Facebook down 120, and Google down $16. Goldman up 9 at 398 right now, 398.94. Apple down 415 to 175.16, and Microsoft down $6. Dow is up 153. And here we are, Sixtera up a dime, Smart Rent up 5, and we are red, except for Rocket Lab up 17 cents. So a little bit of pullback here, 145.58 on the GameStop, about 80 cents away from the low of the day. That's where we're at, and that's what we have. That's where we have it. We're at a 133-point gain on the Dow, pulling back. Now down 9.5 on Nasdaq, S&P, and Nasdaq down 225. Alrighty. Thank you guys. Thank you, Bruce. I think a lot of us are walking a very tight rope until tomorrow. Thanks for hand holding in a weird and wacky week. Have a good break, y'all. Coyote, gonna be driving for a few hours this afternoon, but we're listening in. I got my girlfriend to give you an extra thumbs up the other day on the road. It was only fair, and I thank her for that, and thank you all for that. 430 thumbs ups now have come in. Beach Boy, just listen, Uncle Bruce, aka Master Yoda, and the Force shall be with you. Fred B had his spats for 6 months, have never been ahead. Now it's back. Now it's back $8,000 down. I was within 800 breaking even last month. Haven't given thumbs up in 3 months. Fred does not like me. JW, thanks for the prep talk and a great show today, Uncle B. Coyote, remember Tesla being sub 700 this summer? Wild. Can't make everybody happy all the time. We do the best we can. We're working hard here. We're working hard. We never give up. We never surrender. That's all there is to it. We keep on going. Coyote, Uncle Yoda, S bid or do not. Stink bid. There's no try. Oh man, hilarious. Tesla 700 before under 700 last summer. I think it was too. Yeah, it was around 500s. Was it around 500s in the spring? Wasn't it? Thought so. Yeah, I thought so too. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll be there. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Apple delays return to office and definitely gives workers $1,000 work from home bonus. Now that's what a corporation should be doing. Yeah, appreciating its employees. We love you. We love you no matter where you work, where you are working for us. We love you. You know that's kind of nice. Anyway, see you in the afternoon, says Bobby. And Coyote, I remember the market was pretty bad. Michael Burry was shorting it around that time. Damn it, Jim. I thought today was Friday all morning. I have another full day to mess things up. This is only Thursday. Oh, man. Rob, Fred, maybe write some covered calls, maybe average down. There's things you can do, but if you just sit there and complain, I'm afraid it might not be for you, says Rob. JW, go Apple, Delahoe, Rocket Lab, stay strong. Please stay strong. Oh, okay. We'll see what we can do. All right, guys. I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern for the last hour. Thanks for joining me this morning. Talk to you soon. Bye.